the palm of your hand and threw it away. Now you say that you think we can do this again. Second chance, okay, do I look stupid? I don't need you here in my life. Please do not text me, I made up my mind. I do not want you here wasting my time. And next time around I'll be taking my time. Cause I said forever on the very first day. I fell for you and landed right on my splat.
Yo, what's wrong with these guys, man? I don't even know. When will they understand that this is not a short-term thing? Trust me. Yo, Connor. 4 corners of the world.
Yeah.
Tell them.
It's a marathon, it's not 100 meters. Yeah, play my cards right, I ain't bluffing either. Yeah, always wear a smile like I'm Justin Bieber. Buried bonds with the hits, I ain't never had to touch a needle, whoa. But I move the needle, whoa. If I do not like the song, then I don't do the feature, no. Levitating on the beat, I call that Dua Lipa, whoa. Circle tight, I do what I gotta do to keep them close. Yeah, pick up the pace, go. I keep it going, a foot on the brake, whoa. Ain't no one get in my lane, just give me the time and give me the place. Taking the name and no one can stop me. I ain't afraid, I'm going in rocky. And it's a shame they all wanna copy, but ain't no way that no one can top me. Look, this a marathon, it's not 100 meters. Play my cards right, I ain't bluffing either. Always wear a smile like I'm Justin Bieber. I might be here for a while, had to run the meter. Ayy, I could count the people that I trust on like one hand. Always throwing shades, so ain't no way I get a suntan. This ain't not no movie, shooting shots like it's Sundance. But nothing coming through to me, the gun jammed, I guess. Wait, whoa, I'm the one, take no sacrifice, supposed to hurt, just do the work. Lay low, warming up, J. Cole, about to blow, way cold. I've been serving sentences behind the bars, case closed, yeah. And I don't wait for what the verdict is, nah, I ain't worrying. Even if I fail, nothing's permanent. So let me spell this out for you if you ain't sure of it. Gotta turn an L into earning, that's what learning is. Yeah, this a marathon, it's not 100 meters. Play my cards right, I ain't bluffing either. Always wear a smile like I'm Justin Bieber. I might be here for a while, had to run the meter. This a marathon, it's not 100 meters. Play my cards right, I ain't bluffing either. Always wear a smile like I'm Justin Bieber. 4 corners with the hits, I ain't never had it.
I told you. I mean, he told you, but I'm telling you now. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And you know what that means? We gonna be here for a while. Get used to us. Shout out to one and only Connor Price. And my name is 4 corners of the world.
100 grams.
So tall I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts I signed with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Talk about the things they're gonna say when they see me. And when they see me, they just dap me up and say good to meet me. I keep it going, flowing over this and make it look easy. Easy for me to say I do this every day of the week. I'm eager to be the one they talk about when all said and done with it. I'm the feature that they want, but then they don't when I come with it. I'm a scene, still a seat, filler, blow up the numbers. And I ain't leaving no crumbs, so you know when I'm done with it. I'm a new school vibe with an old soul, oh so great. Stay paid by the boatload, don't go chasing a wave from a rowboat. Blow smoke right through the face of the ozone. Oh no, I got the bag, I'm back to just double it. I'm about to pop the top, I've been bubbling. They want the spot, but I do not cut them in. They tryna plot my drop, they been huddling. Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts I signed with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet.
I know a lot of people praying for my downfall, but the only thing that I'll be down for is being top 5, but like down 4. I'm down to earth like the ground floor, but I've been flying so long, I tend to ask people, what's the ground for? Man, I'm only headed up, see my flow volcanic, it's the fire I erupt. Heard the fans getting rowdy cause they haven't had enough. You know I'm running the city, you just running out of luck. Yeah, I said that with my chest, I flow hard, it's no wonder they easily impressed. I'm so far, but I'm always coming back with something fresh, I never rest. Swear you'll never catch this ego in a nest. I invest my time in the booth, I find a piece. I used to piece the boom in my mind. My ex knows this, let me expose this. She left cause she don't wanna be with an explosive. Man, I'm just
feeling so tall I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts I signed with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Yeah, hey, look, I got the moves like Michael it cost us. Wife got me managed, the fam got percentage. My whole circle really got M's like Mazda. Whoa, I've been the one they catching on now. Yeah, had it on lock since we were locked down. Yeah, my stats are up, they never gone down. Said they wasn't interested, but now they wanna talk now. Not avail, leave a message right at the beat, please. Metaphorically, one bullet is all that I need. See, taking my shot, I need only one. Just like a hole in one, or like the golden gun. New flows unlocked, too supposed to mop, too close to hot. Please don't touch, just look, you supposed to watch. Who stole the spot, new clothes and watch. Who closed the shop, shut it down every time two shows a stop. Moves like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing.
White Nikes, albino, can cop my stilo. Head to the top, bottom line is a motto. Hot like a Cheeto, Bengaluru lingo. Counting my digits, see me yelling out bingo. Break a leg, be like I'm a centipede. Bring my 100 to the table, always be the centerpiece. They play a lot of games, but no one will ever me. Like Mario, Luigi, we be bouncing off the keys. Yeah, I'm feeling like a star, bringing it raw, but I got it all chart. Come so far, now I live on Mars. Butiro de Vishanano Beretara. Smooth like a paper cut, and I spit across time zones. Kal hakoriye ignandari bari milestone. Kannadili bari kano thanna idol. City de ben kannada theater, no iPhone. I'm a catalyst, top of the list. Cannot topple me, know my way around the dark abyss. No bark at this, turn him into optimist. You could be around the globe, but just botch this.
I got the moves like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing.
White Nikes,
Yeah, it looks like a little relaxed.
Oh,
Yep, it looks like nope. There's that happened. Game. Great job, wasted potential. You guys knew what your win conditions were, and you stuck to it. Right into the there's the Guardial. Good damage on the Guardial. T-Tar just goes on in though and wipes everybody. Wow. There's only one up. There's Eldegossels. I mean, we still have Guardials. Can still come on out. No, there's the Guardials on the Eldegoss. Unfortunate. Didn't really value out of that.
A lot of people said I couldn't make it rap,
but I guess you about to find out. You're heading down one. Put my head down and my pants out. The lights out. It didn't happen. What happened? Like a lighthouse. It's too bright now. Starter. Pistol. Not go off. That is insane. No. We are seeing a lot here. Yeah. Wow. Stopping. Ain't going to be option. No, to me this is just a hobby. Oh, did he get the snipe off? He does land the snipe. Now is up here down in my competition. I'm far from average like a Harvard graduate. Walking barn like an armored battleship. Like matches and furnaces. That's to be a dead owl. As long as I'm loving this, I'ma keep going. I get buzz every time I take my shot like I'm free throw. Most of y'all just stuck in the past. Afraid to fail, so you tiptoe. Always talking about before, like you're trying to win a game of bingo. Alright, look. Excited there, but it's okay. Keep it alive for now. Don't chase the rain. I've been planning this forever, ain't it? I've been waiting. I just wanna work. 3 people on it. Oh, it does go 3 times. I just wanna swerve. No one expects what I bring when I'm around. Sound, but I gotta slow it down. Do they get the psych? Older than a Minnesota winter in a minute. Listen to the shoulder of the woman that's yelling at, hotter than a camel in the valley at the bottom of the valley. Devil, that's another way to say I'm blowing hot and cold. It's scripted. I hate everybody. Why do you do just numbers to me? Everybody taking cheap shots, like they're sipping on weak scotch. I'll take everything you got. I promise you ain't never gonna find a weak spot. Can't handle what I spout, so I got them all steaming like a teapot. I don't want to hear it. They have 5 on the side of Jungle Reaper. I know you're with me. You're just not me. No, starter, pistol.
Team Raketo here.
There it is.
Option. No.
I hate it. Why?
Triple kill, let's go!
Yo, baby, the Mr. Magi ladies.
Yeah. I'm still dancing with 2 left feet, yeah. But with a little help, I can move on beat. Now I can move walking 2 socks and move all week.
Told you.
I just finished saying before this.
I told you.
I can gritty, it just don't look that pretty. And I can do this little walk too, it goes like this. It goes toe cross, yeah, that's it.
And it's electing, it is right there. It does in fact go in. You're gonna get the 30 pack, which is a Ralladon, and then you're gonna see a little bit of kills there.
Crash bottom as Team Raketo was able to get the own score
said I can never
Oh
lose.
my
I'm
gosh,
doing
that
music.
damage out of that S
Just to
tier.
check on the acoustics. I can never lose. I ain't never
Absol
scared to
back,
do
that's
it.
right.
Hit a groove with a two-step.
They're ripping.
It's happening.
Got it. Oh, Le'Veon with the steal this time. Great job, Soul. Down and out. And that you can't go just dive on into every single place. But you know what? It's fine. Yeah, Buzzwell just goes and says, all right, I understand our absolute down. I'll go ahead.
What, Reg?
Yeah.
That's the Blizzy ult on the side of Jungle Griefer, saving the Spinza and getting a kill on the Absol. There goes a lot of early pressure now. Oh, there's a Duraludon ulti. Can they defend this lane long enough?
Absolutely amazing work here by both teams. Both just being amazing team
Lucky
players.
Tail coming out here. They
We're
are
ripping.
They're
flipping.
They're just ripping and flipping. They don't care if you have arrows. One thing we hadn't talked about yet that I did
Gotta stay
notice
fresh
in
like
that
a brand
last
new
fight,
whip that
we are seeing the safeguard out of the here.
They try to text, leaving my rest, switching those
Ooh,
phones.
barely
good
missed out.
protection.
Good break. There it is. It's strong for them. They do lose their Duraludon, but I think that's a fair trade for Reggie Seal.
And then this Absol just gets back there and deletes. We are seeing, oh, they climbed up. This Orlax got so low, so fast in that game. Absol's in the back line, however, already got a kill. Absol goes down. Alright, Absol gets another kill now. Both of the go down in that.
It's time for all the Absol comes out of
Oh, the
Absol.
Absol.
It's not in my diction and fiction, it's not in my writtens. I'm leaving them smitten, I'm keeping it fresh like a
Oh, I am muted. Oh, okay. Thank you guys, everybody, for coming out to the Pokemon Unite Coronation League. I greatly do appreciate every single one of y'all for watching what is going off right now. Later on today, we do have a couple matches, but we are doing a good little presence that we have today as Animated Eagle has come back to cast, and I am super, super excited to see him come back, as well as Lou the Greedy or Gretty. I'm pretty sure I messed that up. But they are actually hashtag benched on Team Drip as well. We also have somebody who is a mod and has been showing up inside the stream every day. You guys actually might know them as Lily the Fury Goddess, so they'll also be helping us out with the casting today as well. So thank you guys very much for joining, and I'll let Animated Eagle go ahead and take it away as we're going to go straight into the versus screens.
Hey, thank you very much for that, Rhino. Hi guys, I am back. My name is Animated Eagle from Team Drip. I hope you guys enjoyed me last week because you guys get more of me this week. This week, however, I am going to have a new co-host instead of Raptor. Sadly, Raptor was dealing with some not family troubles, but house troubles with the California, his apartment. So he will not be able to join us today. However, I do have Lou here. Lou, you want to say hi?
Hello, everyone. How are you today? I'm so excited to cast these games with my good friend Eagle here. For those that don't know, me and Eagle have been friends for a good long while and teammates for a little bit as well. So I'm very excited to be here. Unfortunately, Raptor couldn't be here, but I'm excited to cast with my friend. Let's do this. Yeah, anything else you want from me, sir?
No, that sounds about
Right.
it. excited to see in these matches. Let me ask you, Lou, right here and now, what do you think is going to be the Mon that you're going to most look forward to seeing in one of these matches?
Well,
And
to start off, this is a huge league for the pick and ban format style, correct? So knowing that, I'm excited to see what mons actually make it through draft to begin with. Something like a very strong T-Tar draft is what most people are going to be looking for going into this week. But I'm actually more interested to see what people bring to counter that and respond to that huge, massive presence that will be appearing today, more than likely.
I can totally agree with you there. I am definitely very much looking forward to seeing what these teams will come up with to counteract the T-Tar. As far as as far as stuff that's banned this week, we have. Let me double check that.
I believe, unless it's changed, it should be Scyther,
Is Scyther, Scizor,
potentially
and Delphox, correct?
no Sableye ban. That is quite massive going into today's draft. Sableye being an absolute terror in and outside of draft formats.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
Today we
There we
have
go.
looks like
Technical
wasted.
difficulties are fixed. We are able to now see stream along with the rest of chat. Looking at the teams that will be going up today, we do only have 2 matches today, as one of the teams unfortunately had to bow out of these tournaments. So we are looking at what is it? Jungle Griefers versus Super Squirtle Squad, as well as Wasted Potential versus Aura Esports. Which of these 2 matches are you most excited to see, Lou?
I think the Jungle Griefers matchup is going to be a really fun match to watch. Unfortunately, it does seem like throughout the weeks, Jungle Griefers has been falling apart a little bit at the seams, but they're starting to come back as from what I've been seeing outside of the league. So hopefully they'll be able to pull something crazy out of their hat because they need something to come together here for them. As for the Wasted Potential versus Aura Esports, Aura is actually in a weird position where if they win out right now, I do believe they have a spot or potential spot of making playoffs. And I think that's the bracket series and getting a better seed, which I think is huge for them. So they're really, really looking to snag a win today because otherwise they're looking like they're going to have to go through a silly gauntlet if they want to make a deep run into the tournament bracket.
Yeah, I'm definitely be really looking forward to these tournament games and seeing how they'll show up. In other news, what other stuff do we have to announce? League Commissioner, do we have anything else that we need to announce for today?
Stay after stream today because of the announcements going towards the World or Unite World Coordination League Season 2 that is shortly coming very soon. It's going to have information dropped today at the end of stream, I believe. Correct?
Yes, that is. Yes, we are having round 2 of the Unite Coronation Season 2 talk. If you guys missed out on the one yesterday, do be sure to come to the one today. A lot of stuff's getting announced. A lot of new teams might be able to come in next season, and it looks like things are going to really ramp up starting next season.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah. There we go. We can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. So, yes, we are definitely going to be announcing Season 2. We also are going to have captains and players, and you guys as chat also can join the Discord. The link is down below in the where like the About Me section is and stuff like that. So you guys can go ahead and join the Discord, and you guys can easily join in. I probably will mute the viewers at the start, as I really want to hear a lot of feedback from the captains and players that are currently in it, as if they want to come back in Season 2, they definitely can. But the one thing I do want to announce right now, any teams that are wanting to join into the league, there is going to be a play-in tournament in order for you to be in the league. This has been kind of decided last minute at last night's stream. I was kind of thinking of a fun way on how we can get, when I have at least 15 to 20 different teams that want to try to join this league, and how I can get them to be in it. And I think that's the only way how we can possibly dwindle out, rather than me just going, oh, this team name looks perfect, let me bring them in. So I think that's fair and fair enough to all the teams who want to be in this league. So that's going to be a one thing for it. And also the ruling for this, which is kind of actually, something exciting for me to do as well. You winning that tournament, you get to choose your first week opponent. Not only do you get to choose your first week opponent, you also get to choose if you want to be first or second picked and banned. Just kind of like one of those things of congratulations for coming into the league and thank you so much for being interested in the league. So I'm kind of giving you a little bit of leeway if you joining, and also you had to go through that big old tournament. Why not kind of give you a little bit of a background thing of going into the league as well? So it kind of, yes, it hurts a lot of the teams that have been in it already, but they already know pretty much all of the picks and bans, how to work their way around. They already know all the teams that have been in it. So it's kind of like, a thing for you guys to easily be in the league and kind of give that little be up kind of, you might get that first week win and be a sigh of relief type deal, but you get to choose your opponent. And if you choose the number one team in the league, then you choose the number one team in the league. But if the number one team in the league does not get chosen, we will basically have a finals rematch going into the following season if both teams do choose to come back. They will be playing against each other week one if they are not chosen. So that is kind of like a little bit of a background story going into season 2.
Yep. Thank you for that, Rhino. And now coming back in here for talking about these games here, we are going to be going up. This is our first match for today. It is Waste of Potential versus Aura Esports, I believe.
That does indeed look correct.
Yes. Lou, let me ask you right here. What singular mon, what underrated mon are you looking to see in this match?
Crit Crystal.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know me. I'm always looking for a really powerful Blastoise pick, but avoiding that pick in general, I really, really, really think that there's a huge potential in Dragonite upcoming, and I want to see if teams start to actually utilize that mon in the position it's able to play and perform. I know a lot of people do not believe in Dragonite right now, but the ability to be a ranged attacking all-arounder provides a lot of value to teams that want to be very melee-centric and focused on that. So I'm very excited to see if those two mons get any sort of play today, / get experimented with.
Yeah, one of the mons I think I'm actually curious to see is I want to see some Garchomp gameplay. I don't know about you guys, but I have been loving me some playing some Garchomp over in my ranked games, and it's not even troll. I started using the what is it? The held items from the European finals tournament that happened last month. The February finals, the Garchomp build that they were using, and oh my gosh, I think I've won every game of Garchomp that I played with it except for one. Like, you are truly a raid boss with that build. Muscle Band, Focus Band, and what is it? Scarf.
You definitely knows what they're doing, for sure.
Yeah. I just think it would be fun. I mean, as long as there's no submission with champ, we're all fine. That's all that really matters. I can't stand any more of that. I need no scripting from casters. None of you teams out here scripting me here. All playing submission with champ and then winning your games. I can't handle it no more.
It's already happening.
Oh jeez.
The script is already confirmed. You are doomed.
Yep. Yeah, that's all I understand.
Back to that point on Garchomp, then going a step further, would you want to see when you're playing or seeing them play Garchomp, would you want to see a protect the present style Garchomp like comp, or more of a dive ball type hyper aggressive pick comp coming from these teams today? Or would you rather see it, play offlane and sit there all game and come to the end game at level 13 at a consistent power level and able to make things happen for its team? Out of that Garchomp pick, what are you kind of looking for today, if it shows up, obviously?
Honestly, I'm ready for any of the above. The thing that I've been having the most success with is running it in like a top lane, playing it more of like an all-rounder style, or like an off-lane all-rounder style, where I'm just doing my own thing for a lot of the fights. I rotate over to the team fights, drop my ulti, get all the kills, rip an objective, and then back to farming. Like, that's been working for me, but I'm curious about how these teams will be able to handle it themselves.
For sure, for sure. I think that's like, honestly, I agree with you. I think that's correct for what the Garchomp should be looking to do, and hopefully we get to see something like that today.
Yep. And now I got one question for you, Lou. What is going to be your biggest mon? Everybody should already know by now. I don't like submission Machamp. What is going to be your personal pet peeve mon? What's that for you that you don't want to see tonight?
Look, I'm gonna be completely real. If we get to see Sableye gameplay today, I might fall asleep at the mic. So for the love of everything pure and awesome in this world, can we please avoid the Sableye pick tonight?
All right, you heard it. Get scripters, get on out here. We're looking at a submission Machamp and Sableye coming to some Unite games near you. Let's get ready to see that soon. Oh, Sableye is banned. All
Thank
right, I was
goodness.
big wrong. All right, so Sableye is banned. What got unbanned, League Commissioner? What got
The
unbanned?
the only Pokemon that got unbanned this week was Cram.
Which is,
Oh,
by the way,
okay.
a super. Let's talk about Cram for a second. Cram is in like such a really, really good spot in the meta where it's able to provide a lot of utility to teams without sacrificing like being super aggressive. So knowing that, do you think we'll see any Cram today? Do you think people are really ready for the bird to come back, or are we just counting our days right now?
Ooh, I mean, I would love to see myself some Cram. I mean, you can run it. You've seen like TTV running it in jungle. You've seen it. It's a devastating laner, especially like early lane. Whirlpool does a lot of damage, so I could totally see teams running it. The ultimate is also incredibly good zoning tool. I would love to see it, and I'd be curious on which team, how teams are going to run it. If they're going to choose to run the dive Cram build, or if they're going to go with the Surf Hurricane. I think both are incredibly viable, and it's always an interesting wonder on like what side of the fence teams are on, or Cram players are on, whether they're dive Cram believers or if they're Surf Cram uh, also believers. Yeah,
Also, hero, you're believers, not the heroes, just
yeah,
believers. Yeah,
yeah. But I'm definitely interested in that. I'm sorry.
because
Continue, Lou.
Uh, what I would say is I think Cram is an amazing answer in the Mew direct picks because Cram plays really safely but still has the offensive pressure to like make those picks very not very less safe, but make them less or able to do less poke to you overall in a sustained fight due to the fact that you outburst them if you get close enough, and they're more focused on positioning than anything else. But you still provide that utility and damage that you need to your team to make the fights salvageable. So I'm interested to see how that comes in as a counter pick because I feel like it's going to be a huge potential shift up that we have this week.
Yes, I definitely agree with you. Cram is probably one of the best early game attacker mons that we have in the game. Just like Mew, this is a mon that doesn't need to evolve at all. It's a mon that straight from level 1, you have an extremely powerful move, just like Mew, whether you're running Solar Beam or Electro Ball on Mew, you have that Whirlpool with Cram, a devastatingly powerful move for those early levels. And I'll be curious on if we're going to see any teams running it. Now, here's another question for you. We just pulled up the World Coronation League tournament bracket format here. How do you like the bracket system in general, Lou?
I'm loving how it looks. Can we talk about the fact that War Legion is like a true like masterpiece of a story? They started this league off with not a great record and they ended up pulling it back and getting into like very, very deep into the bracket off of like pure merit alone. They ended up pulling really heavily through, and it's really great to see. Meanwhile, if we look lower down in the brackets, it looks like the seeding has made it so that Drip, Jungle Griefers, and Dark Aura teams that were looking really, really strong going into week like last week have unfortunately fallen to
No
lower seeds.
bias.
Yeah, no, but ignoring that, like all three of those teams have fallen way further than what was predicted at the start of this league, and it's really awesome to see that this league is evolving and improving in a way that makes it so that it's going to be a highly competitive league at the end of the day. And it's showing with this like bracket right here. Every single team that is in the top 8 here, whatever teams that we have, do have a chance at making a run for the finals. And all that needs to happen is they need to get the right games and the right comms and the right plays. That's where I stand on this one. So I think this bracket looks awesome.
Yep, I totally agree. And then we have one more week of games after this one, and then that'll be it for the tournament format. I am saying that correctly, correct, Commissioner?
Say that one more time.
We have one more week of games before the tournament format starts going on.
No, so we still have 2 more weeks. We have week 9 and then week 10.
There you go.
Yeah.
By the way, I am both a caster and a player, and I still can't get this correct.
And a team captain.
And a team
Yeah,
captain.
and a team captain. Oh, still can't get none of this correct. All right. Moving on. From here, we're looking at Wasted Potential versus Aura Esports coming into this game one here. You'll actually see on the chart that we're looking at that they're actually fairly even, I believe, in the their tournament brackets as far as what seed they're in. Um, if you were to right now do a blind guess, which team do you think will end up winning this game?
So I feel like Team Aura has a lot more riding on this game than Wasted Potential does. So I feel like Team Aura is going to bring that extra oomph and extra like aggressiveness and heat that they need to bring to make this set even more of a competitive set. So if I were to bet just off that alone, I would have to say Team Aura, even though Wasted Potential like record is looking slightly better. I would say that that energy and that intensity that they need to like bring it to that next level and get that seeding up so that they're not fighting for their lives throughout the entire M bracket is really, really important. And I think they're going to bring that energy today.
Yeah, I'll definitely be curious to see. I expect this game one to go all 3 games. I expect for this round one to at least go 3 games here. My blanket prediction, I looked at the league commissioner script. I've seen what it is. My prediction is going to be we're looking at Team Aura Esports getting a game one win with Wasted Potential winning game two, moving on to a game three where I'm gonna place my money right now on possibly Wasted Potential winning game three in the in a really close call where I think it's going to come down to who takes Rayquaza. That
I
is going
agree
to
with
be my
you.
blanket. That's my blanket prediction, and I'm thinking it's going to stay that way.
I agree with you completely. I feel like it's going to be that super hype, super competitive game. The only reason my lean is towards Team Aura is because looking at how the bracket's set up and how games are going to run, I have a huge feeling that they're in that position where they need this win. Like they need this win. If you don't get this win here, you only have 2 weeks to recover. That's not a lot of time. You need this. Wasted Potential doesn't necessarily need this, but Wasted Potential has been performing better throughout the league. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean everything going into these last couple weeks because the meta changes, teams improve, teams practice. You have players move from teams, you have players retire, you have players join new teams, you have new players join teams. A lot can change, and I feel like this week is going to really determine how this final bracket's kind of looking.
Yep.
Because if
And now, with
Aura
all that
Esports,
being said, I'm going to have to cut you off here, Lou. I do apologize. We
you're
need
all
to
good.
switch on over to the pick and ban system here, as
Oh,
we can see that
wow.
they have started without us.
Holy smokes, that's
I
first of all, we got the Blastoise pick. Already
Yep,
called
we
it.
already got that Blastoise pick coming in here. Where it looks like we're seeing some pretty standard bands, being Urshifu, Dodrio, Balissi, and Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is probably the only one where I am thinking that that's a possible target ban on the side of Waste Potential. But then we see here we got a Comfey Blastoise pick and a Slowbro T-Tar pick. Definitely very interesting to see. I'm almost positive that the T-Tar pick was a pick in retaliation to Team Aura Esports grabbing the Comfey first pick.
I totally agree with you there. Also, the Slowbro pick directly makes it so that the Blastoise pick doesn't do what it wants to do. So it's a trap pick setup as well, where as soon as they take the T-Tar, they have to look towards a Venusaur or a Blastoise to make this comp a little bit stronger, unless they want to look towards the option like you were talking about, which is Garchomp. But because they don't have access to that T-Tar pick, they're forced to pick a pick that's not nearly as safe against Slowbro, and that's what's happened here. Now their team comp is looking very, very weak into Slowbro, T-Tar, Clefable, and Wasted Potential's draft is looking way stronger at this current point in time.
Yeah, Wasted Potential's draft is looking incredibly strong. What do you would think that Wasted Potential should ban here? on for Team Aura here. I'm thinking maybe a Buzzwole ban.
I think a Buzzwole ban here would be really, really good, but another awesome potential ban here would to be take something like an Azu off the table. Because right now, Azu fills a role that Team Aura can afford to fill very easily and aggressively, and it can still be pocketed by that Comfey. So removing one of the big all-arounders is definitely what I think we agree on, but I think Azu here looks really, really good for Aura Esports, especially with how dive-centric they look right now.
Yep. I totally agree with you. I take back what I said about the Buzzwole. Buzzwole looks terrible for Team Aura Esports. I'm looking at I forgot completely about Clefable, and gravity craps all over a Buzzwole. You can't do anything when you're stuck in gravity.
Yeah.
So I'll be very interested to see on what Wasted Potential does decide to end up banning here. And then versus what do you think that Team Aura should ban for themselves should ban on their end against Wasted Potential? I'm thinking they need to get rid of a backline character. I'm thinking they need to choose to get rid of like a Decidueye, a Gardevoir, or maybe even a Cinderace.
I agree with all those picks, but we're also forgetting one of the biggest threats in the game is still on the board, being that Mew. So if Aura Esports doesn't want to pick slash play it, they need to have that threat taken off the table immediately. Otherwise, it's looking really, really grim right now if Wasted Potential gets their hands on a Mew. Assuming that play is executed properly, Wasted Potential has got a it looks like a silly hard draft for them to win, and it's going to be really tough going forward.
Yep, I completely agree. And they do decide to ban the Venusaur. I do like that ban as well. That's a really good Venusaur is a really great mon to pair up with a Comfey. It looks like they are definitely deciding to just ban out or take away every single mon that would pair with Comfey, trying to make that Comfey have as little impact as possible. And now we got to look to see here what will Team Aura Esports ban. And again, I'm thinking primary ban should be either a Decidueye, and that is exactly what it is. Geez, as it's coming out of my mouth, there's that Decidueye ban, and then waste
Decidueye
potential.
ban here is really, really good, and I agree. I think the Decidueye ban here is very good, but this leaves that Mew pick as we were talking about earlier open, and that's a really, really big threat that they've just allowed through. I'm a little bit concerned about this draft.
Yep, I can agree with you. I do think I honestly view Decidueye though as more of a threat than Mew. A T-Tar plus Decidueye combo I find much more threatening than a T-Tar Mew combo. Maybe it's just because Decidueye can play a much further back role than you can, and also Decidueye can play the role of a have that rip potential versus a which a Mew cannot do. Decidueye gets the chance to be that rip potential for wasted potential, while Mew is still just forced being that like team fighter backline damage. And then we are going to look here. We see an Eldegoss pickup, really good. So it looks like they are really committing to pocketing this T-Tar. And then we see a Gardevoir pick up on the side of Team Aura Esports and Machamp. Two incredibly powerful ults on the side of Team Aura Esports here.
Hey, Eagle, you know what that Machamp means because
Don't
Dynamic
tell
Punch
me.
Machamp doesn't do anything into Clefable. I
No,
have a
don't tell
feeling
me.
that it's your favorite hero here.
Dynamic Punch Machamp it still works fine into Clefable. You get the because you're diving in with Dynamic Punch. It should be fine. Nothing should happen. People should still run the Dynamic Punch. Got full faith. And then there's the Cinderace pickup.
So, looking at Team Aura Esports, their draft looks a little bit more flustered, almost like they were trying to pick up pieces of their draft. And it looks like they've ended up with a much more backline focused protect the carry type draft with a Comfey to pocket the carry and a Blastoise to kind of peel it, and Machamp to look at backline dives. Whereas Wasted Potential has basically said, screw it, we don't really have a backline to begin with. We're going to have a Cinderace that's able to dive with our T-Tar, and we're going to focus on diving in on them and taking out their big carries. So I'm really interested to see how this game goes.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think win cons for both team is wasted potential is it's all going to be about how wasted potential plays around their T-Tar and if their T-Tar can run in and get those big picks. While Team Aura Esports, it feels like their entire game plan revolves around these powerful ultimates that everybody on their team has. Can the Greninja ult wipe out some of the squishier targets on wasted potential? Can the Machamp ultimate land on like 3 people on Wasted Potential side? Can the Guardy ultimate then come in and clean up anybody that's left over? I'm definitely interested in seeing how this game goes. If you were to bet money on one of these two teams right now, which one do you think is more likely to win, Lou?
Now, seeing this how it is, unless Wasted Potential drops the ball here really heavily, T-Tar is just going to be able to outsustain most of Team Aura's esports without a crazy ult combo, and that is really, really hard to position during an endgame fight consistently. So I'm right now leaning towards Wasted Potential, but Team Aura esports didn't end up with as bad of a draft as I thought it was going to be, and they actually look quite strong going into this first game, so I'm really interested to see what happens here.
Yeah,
But for my
I
money,
think
definitely Wasted Potential.
Yep, I think the win condition here for Team Aura Esports is to lose early game, give up your towers, give up your give up your T1s early game, get those Adinos, make sure that all the people on your team can get as much farm as necessary come that late game Ray fight, not Zapdos. It's been a year already. I should have that finished off. I should not have that coming in. And then they need to win that Ray fight with the level advantage. Looking here now at these, what is it, held items as we're getting into this game. Is there any held items that are sticking out to you?
I see that is a Gardevoir with double cooldown just for the max ult spam. That thing's going to be trying to fire off as many ults as it can, and if Wasted Potential can lock that out of its levels / ult pretty early, that could be really devastating towards the Team Aura Esports endgame combo. Blastoise is also double stacking, which means it's going to be pushing very aggressively, but still playing that tank role, and that's like a huge thing there. Wasted Potential is looking quite standard overall. I think the big thing that I see is that they are on the auto attack, not sustain fighting build of T-Tar, which means he's going to be sacrificing bulk for additional damage on his ults, and that's a very big trade-off when you're playing T-Tar.
Yep, I totally agree. I think the T-Tar held items do work out for it. It does have those 2 healers in Clefable and Eldegoss to really make sure it stays healthy there. One last thing I wanted to note is I noticed that the Blastoise was double stacking here. Not something that you typically see out of a Blastoise build, running the double stacking, but I'm curious on how this will work out for them. If he can reliably get these stacks off, it should be a very powerful addition for this team.
Team Aura Esports has the Ralts plus Blastoise top. I'm interested to see how this works out because normally in practice this lane isn't actually that strong, and the opposing top lane seems to be much more impressive. So I'm interested to see how they play this lane out.
Yep, I do think that this top lane here can honestly go either way. Looking at a T-Tar and Clefable, like that's not particularly the strongest early lane either on the side of Wasted Potential. That's more there to just they want to get themselves farmed up and get that T-Tar level 9 as fast as possible. I think a lot of what's going to happen is going to be dedicated to this bottom lane and how that'll go. I believe that is 2 stacks right now for that's 2 or 3 stacks for that Squirtle. I'm going to have to keep that in mind as we go forward.
Yeah, I think
that jungle is rotating top.
Top lane barely for Wasted Potential. This is like a small win, and I say small because they ended up using 1 flash for 1 flash, but the flash trade is like pretty big. That's a huge level right there.
There's a level up right there. Oh, does not get out of it, however. We're looking over here. Who got Big B? I couldn't tell who got Big B, but Focus Fan does pop, giving this what's his name? Larvitar, giving this Larvitar a safe escape.
Yeah. I do believe Greninja was the one that picked up the Big B, but I'm not 100% sure there as well. Based on the map position and levels, that it didn't go to Larvitar and it didn't go to Machamp. Or not Machamp, sorry, War Turtle. So that's where it went, I believe.
I guess next big fight will come in here right at the 8-minute mark. We're seeing
Slowbro's about to
roll around into this. Slowbro's rolling up. Seeing not any rotations on the side of Wasted Potential.
This is going to be a kill on the Blastoise.
Yep, this could definitely be a kill on the Blastoise. That is a kill on the Blastoise. We got Caps going in top lane. I don't know who ended up getting those mid Bs, but we're seeing a push down here in bot lane. Push on both towers on the side of Wasted Potential. See here as they go in. Is that a kill on the Machamp? No kill on the Machamp. They're just going to cap those points and then they're going to leave.
Across the board, Wasted Potential has a huge EXP lead, which is shown, or was rewarded to them by showing their highly aggressive early play. Oh, on bot lane.
As we take a look on the top lane here, or I'm sorry, the bot lane, we are seeing another push here as the Comfey is going to attach onto this Gardevoir and get themselves out of here. Now it's going to attach onto the Blastoise and get them out of here. And now we're seeing both junglers in top lane instead of rotating down to these this bottom Reggie. We are going to see that the Cinderace is going to stay in top lane to break that tower, while Greninja has opted to rotate earlier down to this bot lane. Let's see how this works out. Cinderace is going to be getting that Regieleki while this fight breaks out. Oh, and the Clefable does not manage to get out of that safely. This looks like this is going to be a dive on the side of Team Aura Esports. The Machamp goes down. We're looking at a runaway from them now. This Regieleki is going to go into that T2. Nobody there to cap, however. Cinderace comes down. Level 10 is this Cinderace.
If we look at the ults across the board as well, it looks like Wasted Potential is rolling in with almost every ult online. Meanwhile, Aura Esports has none, so they're actually in a really disadvantaged spot right now.
Yep. A massive EXP loss on the side of Team Aura Esports, and we are seeing them running through lane right now. Oh, there comes the T-Tar ults, and that is going to be everybody going down on the side of Team Aura Esports. Let's see how big of an overcap we're looking here. 33 points overcap. Nice chunk overcap here. We're seeing them try to invade. We'll see how that lasts for them. It looks like the Gren will not be able to keep a hold of his blue buff, but I mean, this is, I'm going to say it right now, I think this is still a good thing on the side of Team Aura Esports. Team Aura Esports really needed their T1 towers broken just so that they can have as much farm as they need to get all of these high-level late-game carries online for this Ray fight.
Yeah, for sure. Also, Aura Esports is like only one pick away from being caught up on levels. They're not as far down as it looks, and they are moving really well together into carries that don't have enough peel, potentially.
Yep, there's the Machamp ulti, there's the Comfey ulti. We're seeing an Eldegoss ulti as well. Team Wasted Potential is full on health right now versus... Oh, how is this fight going in? There's the T-Tar ultimate. That T-Tar just deleted everybody. I don't even understand what happened there.
That's a wipe. That's a team wipe.
That is a wipe. Oh my gosh. I believe that was a Clefable ultimate hitting like 4 members on the side of Team Aura Esports with the T-Tar there, and then those two combined just wiped out like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, this is looking like a massive domination from Wasted Potential currently, which is crazy to think, because looking at the draft, it didn't look like it would be this strong of a lead, but they've just played their team comp to the absolute best. And I want to pull attention here as this Aleki pushes forward to the fact that Eldegoss was at level 9 pre the first Reggie bottom, and that gave them so much free advantage and potential to create space that normally wouldn't be there, and that made the dive much harder for Aura Esports.
Yep, I completely agree. We are looking at right around a 2-level lead on the side of Wasted Potential as they go and defend this T1 pad. Blastoise ult coming out. Guardy is still dropping in some damage in the backline here. These are going to be really important picks. Here's the T-Tar ultimate. Was it too late to come in though? We're seeing a Comfey ultimate as well, a Machamp ultimate as well. Can they get rid of this guy? Gardevoir came out a little late there.
T-Tar lives?
Freaking T-Tar lives on 1 HP. That is a extremely unfortunate situation for Team Aura. That T-Tar kill would have given them a ton of EXP coming into these late game fights. I am getting extremely worried for Team Aura Esports here. Level 13 T-Tar by the 3-minute mark is incredibly scary. We're looking at it probably being level 14 by the time that Ray comes up.
Yeah, it's going to be almost potentially level 15 T-Tar if it's able to get enough farm here. Meanwhile, Cinder's looking like the levels across the board aren't even close. They're going to try to make a push here bot, though. which might get them some.
They do get this push here, bot. They are going to break this tower, guaranteed. Oh, not the 50 cap. I believe that was a 2 or 3 overcap, or I couldn't quite tell what the tower was at.
It was a small enough overcap that it might mean then the game, but it might not. Looking here, the big thing is Blastoise wasn't able to hit his 13, and Guardy wasn't able to hit their 12. Meanwhile, across the board, Wasted Potential is out-leveling, and they have all hit their power spikes / plus moves that are very important.
Oh, there's this Greninja getting popped out. He does survive, had to use all of his abilities to help him get out of there, and that's probably going to be a reset on the side of the Greninja here. Nope, Comfey is just going to attach onto it and heal it up. That's honestly another good look. We're taking a look here as the Wasted Potential is just perfectly fine, just chilling around and doing this dance.
Yeah, for sure. They have the lead right now as well, so they don't need to make something happen. Potential
there
cat.
is the... Oh, that was a great ulti here. We got ultis dropping down from all sides. Eldegoss ults going ahead and healing up the T-Tar. T-Tar ulti coming in. And T-Tar does not die in anything. Oh my gosh.
Goodness. That T-Tar was targeted by a Guardy ult, by a Greninja ult, got hit by everything. And the fact that it lives all that means that the team doesn't get dove on as hard, because the T-Tar's the thing stopping the carries from initiating any other damage, and they were able to just activate their abilities and cast their moves for free because T-Tar was there, which is huge.
Yep, we're looking at 200 in the home goal, and I do believe that this will be game. It's going to be really hard to see if teamaura Esports here can make a last-minute push that'll be able to change up this devastating lead. Coming into game 2 here, Lou, I want to ask you, what do you think teamaura needs to do to fix this situation and make sure that this doesn't happen again?
It's a really, really hard thing to call out here directly, because at the end of the day, T-Tar comps are really, really flexible, right? What I do believe they should do is they should either look to match or deny picks in order to get an advantage state, and instead of giving them over, because it looks like they were wanting to play the T-Tar comp themselves, and they were just unable to get it because they gave up they showed their cards earlier with the Comfey pick, and when the other team pivoted and took their picks, they didn't have a proper response, and they ended up getting, the game ended up being controlled by that whole draft situation.
Yeah, I'll definitely be interested in how these teams will go coming into this round 2 here. I believe it was a wasted potential. I'm sorry, it was teamaura that was first pick last time. I'll be curious to see if they choose to be first pick again, and if they do choose to be first pick, if they're going to use a mon that's a little bit easier to hide your cards, such as like a Slowbro that can slot into any team, or a Mew that can slot into any team, if they use one of those mons instead as their first pick, and then opt to build their team after that point, after they started to see what Wasted Potential starts bringing to the table.
Yeah, also another thing that needs to happen is Aura needs to make sure that they're actually abusing their powerful early lanes that their team comps have. They had a Machamp and they had a Blastoise, which are two really hard lane bullies against two really passive lanes, or what it feels like passive lanes, and they weren't actually able to get any benefit out of it and actually lost the lead early because of that, which is a very big problem that their team had going forward. So they're going to need to look to push these early lanes, or this is going to be a solid 2-0.
Yeah. One thing I want to shout out on the side of Wasted Potential here. Oh, I'm sorry, Wasted Potential here was keeping that Cinderace up in top lane seemed to really work out for them. They were able to defend that bottom lane Reggie really well with their tankier team comp with Slowbro, T-Tar, Eldegoss, and Clefable, letting the Cinderace to be able to go top lane, rip the Alecki, and come down at level 10 of all things in order to secure that first Reggie. One bright thing I want to say on the side of teamaura, though, they had a ton of damage on their team. 100k coming out of that Gardevoir and 85k coming out of that Blastoise. Really big damage numbers, but I'll be curious about how they will proceed on in this this second draft.
The damage was there, and they played, Aura did not play as bad as it looked. They had a lot of situations where things could have been better, and things lived that it was really, really close. so their damage is bound to be very high. It was a very tough game for them. They need to really, really make sure they shut down this early game, though, going forward, or they're going to struggle a lot going into the next game.
Yep. By the way, Lou, that was not a submission Machamp. So
yes, that was not a submission Machamp. It would have been a perfect game for it, though.
No, it wouldn't have. No.
I'm letting you know the Twitch chat was calling for it. Everyone was praying for it. We all wanted the submission. It just ended up not
you
showing
didn't.
up.
You guys are lying to me.
It was a dream.
Is that the script now? They didn't go submission on their Machamp, so of course they lost. Is that the script that we're trying to push here? Is that the storyline we're trying to push here, League Commissioner? I know for a fact. Yeah.
He paid off wasted potential, and Aura saw it coming. So Aura took the pick to save your brain.
The thing is that they now don't get paid because they didn't pick submission Machamp. So that's
I thought you're over here, doing some backline deals. Be like, all right, we gotta change the bit this time. Don't go submission Machamp, and then lose, and then we'll pay you for that. You're gonna...
yeah. If you don't win on submission Machamp, then we'll reward you.
Oh my gosh, I will give $20 to anybody that beats submission Machamp in their games. That's all I'm saying. I'll pay for it.
Hey chat, letting you know now I'm playing submission Machamp all night, so please, if you find me in a game,
good, lose all your games.
Make sure you go ahead and just shout me out and let him know like I beat him.
And just like that, Team Drip now has empty wallets.
Yeah, there you go.
Free elo.
So going into game 2 here, Eagle, what are you expecting? What adjustments do you think Aura needs to make in order to make this a close set? Because right now it doesn't look like it's going to be close, and I feel like they have all the pieces there, but they're just something's missing. So what one thing do you think they could change that could maybe help them out in this situation?
One thing I think they can change is, for one, like I said earlier, I want them to I want them to first pick something that's a little more ambiguous. I did not say that word correctly. Yes, ambiguous. For like what kind of team comp they're running. If you first pick a Comfey, you know for a fact that team comp is going to be all centered around pocketing some hyper carry mon such as T-Tar, such as Venusaur, and then trying to make it the most powerful thing in the world. However, if you first pick something like a Slowbro, then you have no idea what that team comp's going to be, because Slowbro just fits into nearly every single team comp in the game. You can run it as a defender, you can run it as a support. It looks good against any matchup, just about. It's a good all-around great first pick mon. I would put it as like an S tier on the things that you should first pick in a draft format. That, as well as Mew. Mew will always look good. Though we are coming into these picks and bans now. Oh, the other thing I would say is this is something that Team Aura is actually doing right now. Banning a Clefable, just ban out the stuff that Wasted Potential used this game, and then force them to do something else.
Yeah. Notice what I noticed here is Team Aura Esports opted for the first pick again, giving Wasted Potential second, meaning that if they show their cards early here, Wasted's going to be able to do the same thing they did in their last draft.
Yeah, I'll be definitely very curious about how this ends up working out. Waste Potential bringing in their own bans, and it looks like Waste Potential is going to opt to ban the same things here. Urshifu and a Blissey ban. I don't believe they banned Blissey last time. I can't remember what they banned instead. I believe it was Dodrio.
Yeah,
Dodrio. So I'm curious about how that's going to look here. Are they looking to play the Dodrio instead this pick? Team Aura Esports looking to ban T-Tar instead, and then they pick up the Slowbro. I love this first pick from them. Exactly what I was saying. If you're listening in to me, Team Aura Esports, you did a good job.
Don't forget to PayPal them your $5 after the game.
Yeah.
No, I like this draft a lot better from Team Aura Esports. Their team comp last game was a little bit rough, and the picks were a little bit more streamlined, and it made it a little bit easier to counter pick. Where this time it's looking very ambiguous, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, ambiguous. Yeah, there we go.
I did the same thing.
There you go.
The draft right now is looking very. No, what surprises me here is the T-Tar and the Clefable ban. I'm surprised they're taking both those starts off the table, because those are picks that you genuinely want to or generally want to see together, and they're kind of being both taken off the table here, meaning that there's going to be a huge pivot from wasted potential here that kind of dictates how the game plays.
Yep, and we are seeing a Mamoswine first pick from Waste Potential along with a Hoopa. Got our first Hoopa game of the night here. Always love to see a Hoopa. I'm always interested in seeing how teams decide to run it. And I think that's a solid first 2 picks on the side of Wasted Potential.
Not only that, uh, Dodrio made it through this wave of the draft, which means Wasted Potential also has the option to pick up that devastating bird that just loves to run with Hoopa and roll through things. That's now on the
Yeah.
table as well, and Mamoswine's a really, really good pick into the Slowbro because Slowbro can only lock down so many targets. The Comfey
Yep,
pick,
I'm looking here. Comfey pick again on the side of Team Aura Esports. I do like how it's coming out of here on the second wave of rotation. So right now you can pick a Comfey along with its Pocketmon. Let's see here. One of the things I'm looking here, probably for a pocket here, would be a Venu. I think a Venu would be a really good choice on the side of Team Aura Esports. They know that Wasted Potential banned it out as their third ban last time. If they don't pick up the Venu here now, they probably won't be able to get it.
that
And
would
I
be a
think
really good option here. I also think Azumarill will be another good option here. Azumarill does not mind playing into Mamoswine. It does not mind sitting in the off lane, catching the Dodrio, and it actually wins in trades against Dodrio, which is a really big thing that could come forward from Wasted Potential, and it's a really safe pick overall as well. So I think that could be really good here as well.
yeah, I think either one would probably be a really good pick here. They do opt to do differently than what we said. They choose to go for the Buzzwole pick here. One pick I wanted to see from them game one, it looks like they're bringing it out game two. I think this is another incredibly strong Mon to pair with a Comfey as well in top lane, and this will fix the issue that we had with them, where that's your early game pressure right there. As soon as a Buzzwole hits level 5, it instantly hits that raid boss mode, and I'm curious on how Wasted Potential is going to try to counteract this.
Yeah, Buzzwole looks really, really devastating here, and next to a Comfey, Buzzwole actually gets to do a whole lot more than it was already able to do, and that makes it really scary because all of a sudden now it can also scale to the end game and can become a snowball that's really hard to stop. So that's a really good pick here. I love it in this situation.
Yep. Waste Potential. I'm looking at here. I think I want to see Waste Potential pick up like a. Hmm. I'm
Yeah, they
thinking an
have it.
attacker. I think I want an attacker coming out of Wasted Potential
There's
here.
the
And
Decidueye. The
there
attacker
you
comes
go.
in.
Yep, an attacker comes in, Decidueye gets grabbed up. I was thinking more so like a Mew, but Decidueye also works out. I right now I feel like Waste Potential needs to really just be trying to target ban stuff that looks good on Team Aura Esports side. And I think this Decidueye is a great look at doing that. Being able to take that away from Team Aura Esports. I would love to see maybe a Mew ban on the side of Team Aura, on the side of Wasted Potential as well. Basically, try to limit as much as much backline attackers as you can from Team Aura. A Guardy ban here would also be really good since we did see
Yeah.
that Team Aura Esports use that Gardevoir last game.
Now, hear me out on this one. There is a world where Wasted Potential lets Guardy through and lets Mew through, and bans something that's a little bit more like maybe an Espeon, something that is a little bit better secure, and picks up a Guardy themselves for the jungle and pivots to Decidueye bot. There's the Gardevoir ban though, so ignore what
There's
I'm
the
saying.
Gardevoir ban.
No, 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 breaking the mold for me.
No, yeah, no breaking the no breaking the metas for you, sir.
All right.
Looking at these bans over here for Team Aura Esports now, I am wanting an all-rounder band. I don't know what I want banned on all-rounder side. I'm thinking Aegislash.
I'm
I think
thinking
Aegislash would
I'm
go
thinking the
ahead.
ban on Aegislash looks great, but I'm also thinking, you know what they've left wide open that actually looks really good here, especially next to Upa? One big old
You're
nasty
talking about
Garchomp.
the guard jump. Don't ban the guard jump. I want to see the guard jump.
Like the Garchomp here looks really strong.
Give
So
me give me
I
my
hope
lane Sharky
that the
boy.
AG actually goes here because that would be the next best pick here, I believe.
Yeah. One other thing I can see Team Aura Esports banning out here is that Mr. Mime. They did ban it last round, and I also think Mr. Mime looks really good on the side of Team Wasted Potential.
100% for sure. Mine looks crazy here as well. Decidueye is just also in like a really good spot here to just enable whatever they kind of want to do. Like it can be aggressive and a team fight pick. It can be on poke. It's probably going to be on poke regardless. There's the
There's
Mind
my
Ban as you
Mr.
were talking.
Mind Band. I'm loving teamaura esports
Eagle,
here.
they're
Y'all
really
over here
good.
listening to my ears.
They want that $5, bro.
Yeah.
They need that coaching.
What do you mean they want that I need that $5. Clearly, I'm over here giving all the advice out. Over there, they're reading my mind, but you know, great minds think
I'm
alike.
sick and tired of you guys going against my script and trying to ban the Pokemon I'm telling them to pick.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, Venus
Ryan out here.
Cinderace.
Ooh.
What the heck?
These are out of the box picks right here. Oh
Whoa.
my god, and these are really fast.
We
pickups
singing
on
tonight,
ABC's
boys.
side.
Holy smokes.
You
So
said you just threw out the script here, Mr. Commissioner. What is going on?
We went
All right.
from Peel to dive centric and from Hoopa team fight portal based to poke based really fast, and that's really scary, especially since the Hoopa's on the side of the poke team comp, which means that they get a lot more value out of the poking than they did before the pick. This is actually looking really crazy for wasted potential right now. The window has opened up for them to roll another game, and I'm a little concerned for Aura Esports.
Yeah, I am incredibly bewildered by both of these picks because I think everything that just got picked up here is not what I would call optimal, but it feels like a weird thing. I'm thinking Venusaur definitely seems like it was a pick they just wanted to take away from Team Aura Esports. I'm assuming that's the reason why they picked Venusaur. I'm looking at the Cinderace grab. I think Cinderace is a perfectly fine pick up there. It's a lot of single target damage, which is what you need. And then here's a Pikachu grab as well. What on earth are we
the
seeing
draft was
this
just
game?
thrown out the window, and here we go. This is looking quite destructive. You know what I want to see this game, Eagle? It looks so good here. It's not going to come, but I want to see it. Let's see that invade rollout Wigglytuff.
I would love a rollout Wiggly right here. Honestly, I think that would be. I would love an EXP
That would
share
destroy this
Wigglytuff
game.
running straight into the jungle and annoying the crap out of that Decidueye.
That would be the game
But
breaker
this is
for
going to
sure.
be a very interesting game here. Here you go. Here's a question for you. What do you think the chances are that that Venusaur is Venusaur?
I am hoping it's not, but I have a feeling it is, and that's really scary.
Yep. Our tech guy over here has pulled up the league rosters for a reason here. It looks like he is changing the names of the league. There he goes. He had decided he switched it back onto the correct screen. All right, just wanted to let that known. But I'm looking here. I'm seeing a Venusaur pickup. It's probably going to be Giga Drain. I would love to see Beamasaur though. I think that would be funny.
I think
If they were
Beamasaur is
just run
really
the
well positioned here. Like, I think you're right. I think Beamasaur is really well positioned here, and I think they have the assets they need to make that happen. So I agree with you, but I definitely don't see it in the cards.
I don't see it in the cards either. I just think it would be a fun look. I would definitely be interested in seeing a Beamasaur and then watching like a Buzzwole just get deleted. Like it's a Volt Tackle Pikachu is what I'm hoping for, and it's like you Volt Tackle the Buzzwole into a Decidueye Arrow and a Venusaur Beam, and then the Buzzwole is just gone. And I think that would just be funny to see.
100%.
But while we're getting into this game here now, I'm looking at the held item choices. It looks like I am not getting my Beamasaur game, which that is okay. Looking at all these other held item choices, we are seeing Shell Bell on the Wigglytuff there. It looks like they are prioritizing a little bit more cooldown, maybe getting a little bit more health back on a Wigglytuff that really struggles as far as sustaining in fights, so that Shell Bell will be able to help out with that.
If I'm gonna be real, that's the Wiggly items that you would see on a rollout Wiggly, 100%.
That is indeed. You could definitely see that on the rollout Wiggly. I'm surprised there is no buddy barrier though on that Wigglytuff. So I'd definitely be curious to how this works.
I also don't believe Slowbro has buddy barrier either, which is really interesting.
Yep. That's going to be one thing as we come into this game. Oh, and I forgot to ask you, Lou, who do you think is going to be the winner of this game?
I don't know. With these drafts, I have no clue.
My money is going to be on Team Aura Esports right here. I think Team Aura definitely has the chance to win this dive on this enemy team. I think Waste Potential picked too many squishy characters into a Buzzwole that just loves diving on top of them and then eradicating them. So I'll definitely be curious about how this goes into, but I think it all is going to depend on how this early game goes. We see
100%.
Buzzwole and Jigglypuff down in bot lane, while a Slowbro and Comfey are in top lane here. Both
That's a ban. That's a ban burn. That's a kill top.
That is a kill top. And we are looking here. Does the Comfey go down as well? Comfey gets a berry, but it does have to retreat as the blink goes and gets the other berry here. And that's going to be a Mamoswine and Pikachu has got to be one of the most devastating lanes. I do see that the junglers decided to go top and bottom respectively. Let's see how this works out for them.
On the bot lane,
the bot lane is... Yep, that's a double kill in bot lane, and in top lane it looks like they might trade. No, does it not trade? They get some caps off, but it looks like no kills. It looks like they're going to have to leave. Yep, Hoopa Portal comes up. As they defend this, it looks like a solid defense. I cannot believe bees are still up.
Wow.
That's a jungler death. Altaria is still alive. This is probably the latest I've seen a first Altaria still alive.
That's crazy.
Puzzle is continuing to get its stacks, however, which that's the most important thing. We got a Wigglytuff getting ready to come online here, and that's going to be a, Buzzwole's down as well. We are seeing
really, really dominant from Waste Potential right now. The fact that they're on Decidueye is so massive here.
Yep, I completely agree with you. We are already looking at right around a 1-level lead on the side of Wasted Potential, and it looks like these middle bees, are going to have to just get donated to Wasted Potential as well. As they separate lanes here, looks like they're just going to go right on back into a farming center. There is your Sing, and that Venusaur is going to get out. The arrows coming in, really chipping down this opponent. I'm going to be curious to see about how this team can handle it. Is this Buzzwole running superpower or not?
That's a Pyro Ball on the Cinder.
That is a Pyro Ball Cinderace. Definitely not a moveset that you typically see, but at least the Pyro Ball Cinderace does give Team Aura Esports a little bit of an extra range for their encounters. So I don't particularly hate it, but I think I would have preferred to see that mobility usage out of Blaze Kick.
Can we also draw attention to the level difference between Venusaur and Buzzwole right now? This is a little bit absurd. As the fight breaks out,
coming in. Yep, fight's breaking out. We do see that a Ivysaur is level 8, and that's going to be a Decidueye arrowing down hell on the enemy team, and that is going to be a wipe on the side of Wasted Potential. That Venusaur definitely just stole that pentakill from that poor Decidueye. I feel you there, Decidueye.
Either way, looks like Wasted Potential has a huge grip on this game. The fact that bot lane was able to get so far ahead so early, both games, is really, really problematic for this endgame.
Yep. We are seeing it looks like Team Aura Esports did call for the rip, but for some reason they've decided to stop. They delayed it a little bit too long, allowed for Wasted Potential to come back on top lane, and then that's going to be it. Another thing I want to call out for is that the Comfey decided to go use Sweet Kiss this game.
Interesting.
So that means that Team Aura Esports has no form of healing outside of Shell Bell and shielding when Comfey does attach to somebody. So these poke damage from this Decidueye is really going to be hurting Team Aura Esports.
Yeah, right now Team Aura is looking like they're in a really rough spot. This is still doable for sure, but they're going to need some really good endgame ults, and they're going to need to hit their ults before this upcoming Reggie, or they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yes, I'll be very curious to see about how many ults do get online. I am still seeing a level 7 Buzzwole, and that's one thing you never want to see on your Buzzwole.
Yeah,
or at least
especially
not
this
this late in the game. And that arrows are chunking this team. They're just dropping down. What are they to do?
I don't know. This is a. Oh, that's.
Oh, that was a solid arrow coming out of the Decidueye
This is
here, and
another
that's going to
wipe
be
as
another
well.
wipe.
And a reset with the Hoopa. This is not looking good for Aura right now. They're going to need a miracle at this point.
I definitely think that Team Aura Esports right now needs to opt to just go ahead and farm up their lanes, try to get as much farm as possible. Maybe getting a pick over here on this Mamoswine will really prove helpful.
It would, but the thing is, Mamoswine is so far ahead right now, it's going to be actually really difficult for them to actually finalize this KO.
Yep, but it is a Buzzwole here, a good Tankmon, as well as the Comfey. There's the Comfey ult coming in.
Mamo?
That's going to be a Mamo ult as well, and then Cinderace, which had just respawned, is going to be right back down in the dirt as this Mamoswine gets out.
Or a 3K, not a white, but a 3K.
Yeah,
that's really.
I am going to.
Like
I do. The Hoopa ult. It seems like this is going to be a very aggressive play. It looks like they have decided that they want to push this tower. They do have ult advantage still on Team Aura Esports, so this is actually pretty safe. And they are going to wipe it out. I am looking down hot. I'm seeing a Wiggly. I'm thinking Wiggly might have DC'd here. It looks like we have a possible DC. No, they are starting to move again.
Yeah. I like that break actually.
There is a Buzzwole.
If you could, first of all, that Buzzwole gets that kill, which is huge, and puts him back in the level.
Yeah.
Looks like Wiggly is not very happy with the result of the game. But I like that kill from Buzzwole. It does provide a lot here, and it could be very, very good for them. But the big thing about that break and why it's so good is now they have access, or Wasted Potential now has access to the Yamato strat, and that's really huge here too. Right now, things are just not looking good, and that one KO going to the Cinderace isn't enough, I don't believe.
Yep, and we are seeing more back caps coming out on the side of Wasted Potential as they decide to push down bot lane because they saw everybody up in top lane. Can they get these kills here, though? This could be a good look here. Just barely not going to get the kills on that Decidueye. It is able to get out, and there's the Hoop Portal to get the Venusaur out as Buzzwole and Slowbro are trying their best to go ahead up in top lane to get those, but there they go again. With Hoopa, with those massive portals to go and defend those pads.
Yeah, Mamo makes that out there, which is like huge. That was 2 ults used to try and lock down that guy, and he didn't even get phased. This is really, really not good for Wasted Potential. Or Esports is in a really rough spot. But I will say that Cinder is starting to put in some work, even though they're getting caught right now and they're probably getting knocked out. They have been getting good Pyro Balls, despite, you know, Pyro Ball often not being the best moveset. So there is something there, but it's going to be rough.
Yeah, I'm thinking that right now this is basically a wash. I need Team Aura Esports to kind of get it together here. I'm looking at the Wigglytuff, not very pleased with the Wigglytuff at the moment. But this team they need to get they need to get in that back line, they need to wipe out that Decidueye, and then they need to get rid of the rest of the team. We are seeing a Slowbro ulti there, but it looks like the team will go down here. Cinderace is up in top lane, I believe ripping. So hopefully they'll be able to do that, but no, that's going to be an arrow to the face, and that is a Cinderace down, and that's the game.
Yeah, that is more than likely the game. That's very unfortunate. It's really unfortunate for Aura Esports as well that their Wiggly was going through whatever issues they were going through, but this game was looking over probably from the 6-minute mark, I would say. It just was really unfortunate for Aura Esports that Wasted Potential was able to get their lead so early.
Yes, I'll definitely be interested here. I'm thinking that the Wiggly might be having some form of internet connectivity issues here. But that is going to be a wipe here, and that'll be the game. Coming into that'll be the end of this set. This was game 2. We'll go on to the side of Wasted Potential. And then we have our second match today. That's going to be Jungle Griefers versus Super Squirtle Squad. As we see here, one last thing I want to say here. Can we at least get the kill on the Venu? Right there, that could be a little win. We could take the little wins here.
No little wins in this house, apparently.
No, the Venu is unfortunately going to get there. But if Mamoswine kill, though, I'll take a Mamoswine kill instead.
What about
Or
what
a
about
Pikachu
what a
kill.
Pika kill? Oh, Pika kill.
That's gonna Pikachu kill. That's there you go. Small wins. Small wins are all that matters. If you're having, this will be a.
Here comes the
this will be a
Decidueye to
call-out
push it over
everybody.
1,000.
That is such a. What was that? That he took a Hoopa portal as soon as he did his ulti, and then was able to take his own ulti back.
Oh.
Interesting play from the Hoopa there. But one thing I want to take away from this, if you're Team Aura Esports, I know that game looked terrible, but don't take it too hard. Honestly, whenever you're having a really rough game or a total wipe like this, you have to be able to take the small victories, turn that in-game last-minute fight. I am going to thank Team Aura Esports for not surrendering. A lot of the teams will surrender at one of those points whenever it's looking bad, but good on them for sticking it out and at least attempting to play the game for the rest of it.
Yeah, 100%. They didn't give up right until the end, which is good. It's unfortunate that they struggled so much early, and that set them off really poorly for the late game into a team comp that doesn't necessarily care how good you are at diving when they can just outdamage you raw, and that's kind of what happened here.
So the Wigglytuff was disconnecting, unfortunately. They were reconnecting and reconnecting and reconnecting throughout their game. So unfortunately, the Wigglytuff was reconnecting for probably about a good 3 minutes of that last minute game. Unfortunately, there's just nothing I can do on that end due to that.
It happens. That's how Unite works, unfortunately, sometimes.
Yeah, that is how Unite works. One good shout out to that would be our own team, Team Drip. During the last UCS, we got kicked out of the league match because we lost that tournament due to one of our players disconnecting at the 2-minute mark, losing the Rayquaza fight, and that was how we ended up our game. So we definitely understand how they feel, and much love to them.
100%. Other than that, though, I think the set was good. I think there was lots of little spots where Team Aura made it look like it could be close, and with a little bit better execution or a little bit more damage on the board, they probably could have made those games a lot close. So I definitely think it wasn't a bad performance, but definitely could have been played better. This game was definitely very unfortunate, though.
Yes. Moving on to Game 2, we are going to have not Waste Potential. They just played their match. We're going to have Jungle Griefers versus Super Squirtle Squad. Any thoughts on how this game might turn out, Blue?
So I'm biased here. I think the Jungle Griefers are going to pull through, but that being said, the past couple weeks they have been struggling a little bit, and I'm going to have to say that there's a potential chance that those struggles are still there, and they might still be struggling behind the scenes, and they might have a little bit of a tougher week than normal.
Yep. On my end here, I'm going to also put my money on Jungle Griefers. If we just look at the seeding wise, Jungle Griefers have had a much stronger seeding arrangement. However, I do know, and after watching a lot of Super Squirtle Squad's games, almost all of their games have gone to like a game 3, I do believe. So I am definitely going to be interested in how this game plays up. I think Super Squirtle Squad has been doing an excellent job, and they just need that little bit more to give them that last push. So we'll be interested in how this game 3 goes, how this second game goes.
100%.
With all that being said, I believe we're going to have a new caster come for this second game. So do you have any final remarks, Lou?
No, I would like to say thank you to everyone at the league for letting me come on commentary on such short notice. It was a blast. Thank you, Eagle, for the invitation, allowing me to join you. And thank you for putting on this league. It's been really fun. I got to participate in most of the league, and I will say that I had a blast with it. I hope you are all enjoying the commentary and everything. I know there's a lot of work being put in behind the scenes, so I'm really glad I was able to be here. And thank you. Have fun with the rest of the commentary.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lou, for helping out as much as you did, and I really do appreciate you doing the casting, as you guys were amazing together. We will be having Lily the Fury Goddess coming up, as we are going to go ahead and go into some highlights while we get them up and running, and also probably run an ad as well, as ads do help out with the the overall prize pool at the end of the league. So do subs and biddies. So if you have anything, make sure you guys go ahead if you can. If you can't, it's perfectly fine, as the prize pool will just go up if it is. Thank you guys very much.
Yep, this is your sellout time, guys. If you got that Prime sub, please give it to us. I want money.
Make sure you drop those Twitch Primes, those Twitch subs if you have them. Support the league in any way you can.
Knew what your win conditions were, and you stuck to it. Right into the there's the Guardian. Good damage on the Guardian. T-Tar just goes on in though and wipes everybody. Looks like that T-Tar.
Wow. There's only one up.
There's an Eldegoss ult. I mean, we still have Guardian ults. Can still come on out.
Oh my god.
No, there's the Guardian ult on the Eldegoss. That's unfortunate. Didn't get any value out of that.
Second secure. 5, 4, 3, 2,
they're heading down bot. 2, 1.
Does it happen, Eagle? Are the scores
It
right up?
didn't happen. What happened?
Oh my
there?
god.
Did he cancel All right,
the
Rhino, do
score?
you have us
Not
muted from stream?
That is insane.
We are seeing a lot here.
Wow.
It's just going to be this Decidueye left. Oh, does he get the snipe off? He does land the snipe. They don't have a chance to rip anymore. That's a quadra to kill the Cinderace, so it was not there to secure, and that's going to be a dead owl.
Charizard says we're going for a ride here.
Yep, and that's going to be a Charizard Unite down, just going to kill the owl, and then they're going to back up and say, all right, we want no more of this fight.
Got a little excited there, but it's okay. They're getting kills. They're still alive for now. Oh, don't chase the Rita.
Rita is practically a raid boss at this point. With this combination attack. 3 people on it. Oh, it does go
the raid
down.
boss.
Yep, deaths on either team right now. I'm definitely curious about what will change here. Do they get the Slowbro kill? Oh my gosh, that Slowbro healing was insane. They dropped it down to like...
objective.
It's scripted. I hate everybody. Why did you do... I am going to message Dispensa after this game and yell at him, how dare he scripts this content will win you games.
The caster favoritism.
This is extreme caster favoritism. I don't want to hear it. They have mime on the side of Jungle Reapers. I know you're with me on this. You're just not being as honest about your feelings as I am.
Team Raketo here using the Disney ult. They pick up the kill.
They're gonna pick
Please,
up.
this is not okay.
I hate it. Why?
Triple kill, let's go!
Oh, baby, the Mr. Mime Unite into Decidueye. Can you think of tail safe?
It's really, you know, scripted because it's submission close combat.
Told
that
you.
Thing that I just finished saying before this.
I told you.
I get this top Regieleki instead and see what value we can get out of it. Let's see, can this Alecki, it is right there, it does in fact go in. We're going to give the 30 cap over to the Duraludon, and then they are going to see if they can get a little bit of kills there as well.
And just like that, they're gone. Jungle Grievers walks away with so much XP, and I think they're planning to crash bottom as Team Raketo is going ahead and get their own scores in. Can they break? Is this their plan?
Oh my gosh, damage out of the Espeon!
Oh, Espeon! This is so much pressure coming
back
out of the Dispensa as well. Here comes the Duraludon rip. He's going for it. There's
ripping.
It's happening.
Oh, got it. Oh, Glaceon with the steal this time. Great job, Soul. Down and out, man. You can't go just diving on into every single bush you can see. But
Buzzwole
you know what? It's
over.
fine. Yeah, Buzzwole just goes and says, "All right, I understand our Absol's down. I'll go ahead."
What Reggie?
Yeah. That's the Blissey ult on the side of Jungle Griefer saving Dispensa and getting a kill on the Absol. There goes a lot of it. Feels like the early pressure now. Oh, there's a Duraludon ulti. Can they defend this lane long enough?
Absolutely amazing work here by both teams. Both just being amazing team players.
Tail coming out here. They
We're
are
ripping.
Rip.
We're flipping.
They're just ripping and flipping. They don't care if you have arrows. Yep. One thing we hadn't talked about yet that I did just notice in that last team fight, we are seeing the safeguard out of the Blissey here instead of the eggs.
Buzzwole barely
good
makes it out.
protection. good, great
cycle cut. It's gone.
There it is. It is gone for them. They do lose their Duraludon, but I think that's a fair trade for Registeel. And then this Absol just gets back there and deletes. We are seeing. Oh, they finally up. This
They're just gone.
Orlax got so low, so fast in that gank here. Absol's in the back line, however, already got a
Absol
kill.
gets a kill.
Absol goes down. All right, Absol gets another kill now. Both of the damage dealers on the side of Jungle Griefers go down.
Welcome back, everybody. Going on for match number 2, Pokemon Unite Coronation League. We have the Jungle Griefers versus Super Squirtle Squad, and you guys will be getting casting from Animated Eagle and Lily the Goddess. Make sure you guys go ahead and give them a follow on all their, socials, whatever they're going to be announcing here pretty soon. And thank you guys very much for hanging out, as they're going to go ahead and take it away as we're going to go into match number 2.
Yep. Hello, guys. It is, I am back again. I am Animated Eagle. You guys can follow me on Twitch and YouTube, both Animated Eagle, blah, 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 blah. You can also catch me on Twitter, which I never use Twitter. So if you want to follow me for that bit, you can. But other than that, I will not be using it. And I am cast here by the lovely co-host, Lily the Fury Goddess. You want to say hello, Lily?
Hello, everyone. Hi, it is me, Lily the Fury Goddess. Nice to meet you all. I don't stream or have a Twitter, so there's nothing to follow me on. But if you want to go follow Eagle, I am a mod in his stream, and it does warm my heart to see you all over on his stream as well.
Aw, thank you very much, Lily.
Of course.
Moving into this next match here, we have round 2. Set 2. I can use the proper nouns. Yeah, we got set 2 getting ready to start here. Jungle Griefers versus Super Squirtle Squad. We were talking about it a little bit earlier before the break. Jungle Griefers, a team that's done really well at the beginning of the season and recently has had a little bit of a slip with a few losses under their belts, but still a very strong team in this competition. And then we have Super Squirtle Squad coming in here. I believe last week was when they got their first win. Super happy to see that for them, and I'm wondering if they can keep on that hot streak that they have.
I would love to see them continue and get some more wins. We all love an underdog. And I do believe it. I do believe it was last week they did get the first win. So hopefully that momentum will keep them going, give them a bit of a energy boost, a bit of confidence in themselves, so they can take down this behemoth of Jungle Griefers.
So
That'll be a
as the
great thing
league
to see.
commissioner, I'm gonna let you guys know on a little thing. They did not get their win last week. They haven't actually won yet. They're technically 0-7, but they got the win against Unsung Heroes since they dropped out. I ended up just giving everybody who played Unsung Heroes and the team before them their win. So that way it just kind of made it evened out for standing bracket wise. So they got their win through that. But other than that, they haven't taken a lot of the top teams to literally a 1-2 match every single game. So they've been duking it out with all the top teams, and even, they're really good. There's just little mistakes, but they're really, really good.
Yeah, I definitely know. As one of the teams that have played against Super Squirtle Squad, this is a team. I think they took us to a game 3, and I feel like every single game that I've watched a Super Squirtle Squad, they have taken that team to a game 3, and I'm really interested on if they can finally this week go ahead and give themselves that little extra push that they need to close out these games.
I feel
go ahead.
I feel the exact same way, Eagle. They are definitely no slouches. They are, they may be 0-7, but they have shown that they know what they're doing. It's just like you said, the small mistakes, the small inconsistencies that I have no doubt they've been working on behind the scenes. That I hope we are able to see. That we're able to see the fruits of their labor today.
So fun fact, they've taken every team to a game 3 except for 2 teams.
That is impressive. That is impressive.
That is impressive. I want to know, which 2 teams have they not taken to game 3?
Wasted Potential and Ikigai no Tsurugi.
Makes
Gotcha.
sense.
And those were those games that were happening at the beginning of the season as well?
Waste Potential, they played them twice and both got 0-2, but in both of those weeks, I have seen, obviously I've watched every game. They have literally, like, it came down to Rayquaza every time. It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't like the other team was super over leveled. They just lost in a team fight and that was it. Like one member got knocked out early, so they pushed on their team. But that's something that's easily fixed. Like this team has it. I can believe it.
Means they're good for content. Who doesn't love watching a game go to the final minute? That's what we're here to see, aren't we?
Yeah. I completely agree, Lily. And now, Lily, I have a question for you. Every single time I have a co-caster, I ask the same question. What is the one mon and moveset that you do not want to see this game? What is this moveset or mon that gives you the most peeved?
I don't know. I wouldn't say there's any Pokemon that I specifically dislike besides Sableye, but Trevenant. I do not want to see that in my game. I don't want to see that here, and I fear that we will, because I feel like Trevenant is actually pretty good currently, though it is incredibly annoying, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just ready for some more Trevenant buffs. I love playing Trevenant, but that mon, it needs a little bit of help. I need them to give it the good old Mr. Mime change where you just switch around its move sets a little bit, rework a lot some of the move sets, especially that pain split move. I need that move completely reworked. It does not make sense in the game, and I need that fixed, and then I'll go ahead and use it. But we do see here we have picks and bans are starting off here for game one of Jungle Griefers versus Super Squirtle Squad. We're looking at bans here. A lot of very typical bans. You see Clefable, Urshifu, Dodrio. What do you think is going to be fourth ban on the side of Super Squirtle Squad?
I would not be shocked to see a Tyranitar ban, though Clefable is already banned, so it wouldn't be more shocking to see maybe a Comfy or Blissey ban, since especially if they do ban Blissey, Tyranitar is not going to be at its full strength if you already ban both of the supporters that sort of enable it.
Yeah, I think one of the things here that I definitely either want to see banned. Oh, and it looks like you were correct. This is going to be a T-Tar ban. Back to what I was saying though was if I was going to say if they're not going to ban this mon, I want them to pick it, and it was going to be a pick a Hoopa, but no, they decided to go for the Blissey pick here after banning the T-Tar. Very interesting pick and ban here. Blissey, I kind of like this mon as a first pick.
I like it. I like it too. It's a very good tank, it's a very good support, it can do a lot of things, and it's CC negation, which is a very useful thing nowadays, especially in this meta, especially against the Slowbro.
Yeah, we're looking over here at a Slowbro pickup on the side of Jungle Griefers along with the Hoopa, which is what I expected. If it goes on for this long, a Hoopa pick is always going to be an excellent support to add to your team. We just saw last game about how a Hoopa pick can really dominate a match with all that extra rotations.
Hoopa
If you're Super Squirtle Squad, what are you wanting to pick up here for your second and third picks?
I don't know, personally, I would go for maybe a Champ or some sort of other, tanky all-rounder, maybe a Blastoise. Who's this to choose? I see, how dare you. Sorry, I was reading chat for a second. Mamoswine, we're going to see a Mamoswine with the Blissey. And I don't...
with the Blissey, Mamoswine's a good pickup here. I do want to see either an attacker or an all-rounder getting picked up for this third slot, though. You really want to, in this pick and ban format, you want to be prioritizing the positions that you know that the enemy team hasn't already picked so that you're limiting their own choices, basically working it kind of like another ban system. So I really want to see them grab here a either an attacker or a all-rounder pick. I think looking at the comp right now, a Decidueye could look really good on the side of Super Squirtle Squad.
I don't know about the Decidueye. I would guess something a bit more tanky, but I do see where you're coming from. Mamoswine and Bliss able to protect it. Can't really get to it with the Hoop and Slowbro. Though they could go something to sort of counter that. And since Jungle Griefers does have 3 more Pokemon they're able to pick, so if you pick Decidueye this early in, it's not going to be too difficult to counter pick it. So I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't pick a Decidueye this early into the pick and bans phase.
One of the reasons I would say to go ahead and grab the Decidueye here is this is just a little bit of in-game knowledge. I know for a fact that Jungle Griefers have 2 people on their team that are both definitely willing to run a Decidueye, whether it be a lane Decidueye coming out of their bot lane attacker or running it in the jungle. Jungle Griefers have already proved in their matches that they are definitely willing to pick it up whenever it is available, and they'll run it on either side. We are going to see the Buzzwole pickup. I do also like a Buzzwole pickup on the side of Super Squirtle Squad. It is going to be a tanky early game all-rounder role that can really provide that beefy front line that you were talking about, Lily.
Yep, we do. Yep, it's definitely going to be a bit more of a tanky team, like you said. Though I'm not sure that's going to do well against a Hooper, since I don't know. I feel like against a Hooper, you'd need a bit more of like a burst damage. Though with the Mamoswine and the Buzzwole, it is going to be a bit harder to actually get them back into the base with all that CC and all. Though
Yep, we are going
Glaceon,
to see the Glaceon getting picked up on the side of Jungle Griefers. I have to assume that that's going to be going over to Dispenza over in the jungle as they ban out the Gardevoir, and it's now going to be Super Squirtle Squad's time to ban here. I really am hoping to see a Decidueye ban. I feel like Decidueye is a nasty backline poke damage dealer that Jungle Griefers can pick up. So I would really want Super Squirtle Squad to ban that out and either ban it out or pick it for themselves, honestly.
personally, I'm a bit shocked that Jungle Griefers went and banned Gardevoir out of all the possible junglers. You wanna maybe put your input on that?
Yes, Gardevoir is a mon that Super Squirtle Squad has definitely definitely picked up really often in their picks and bans here. So this is definitely a chosen personal ban against
target
Super
ban.
Squirtle Squad.
A target ban.
That's the word I was looking for. And then we are going to see a double a double
Double
EV
EV.
over here with the Espeon pickup with the Glaceon. We're looking at possibly a split jungle between the two of them, and they're leaving their all-rounder role for last. Really want to kind of figure out what on our Super Squirtle Squad is going to be running as their backline before they pick up that all-rounder.
I personally like what was his name? Lou was saying earlier, I wouldn't be shocked to see a Dragonite right now from Jungle Griefers. You know, put a little bit of a full heal on that. You know, bit of a hyper beam on it.
Yeah,
Bit of a
I
hyper
would
beam.
not.
You know,
Yeah,
you
I
got the
would not be
Espeon, you got
opposed
the
to seeing
Glaceon
that.
for a bit.
Yeah, would
Seems pretty
definitely
good to
not
me.
be opposed to it. I think Dragonite would be a good call out for Jungle Griefers. I would also, again, I still want to see some Garchomp gameplay. Come on, team. One of y'all, if y'all can give me if y'all can give me a Submission Machamp game, y'all can give me some Garchomp gameplay. Come on.
Yeah.
But I am definitely looking forward to this here on the side of Super Squirtle Squad. What are they going to grab here? What backline are they going to be choosing to grab here? They chose to ban out the Mew. So we're going to be looking here. Decidueye is still available for pickup. Greninja could also look pretty good here. I'm trying to think of. No, I think those are the 2 picks I'm really wanting to see out of Super Squirtle Squad right now.
Fun fact right now. They're not picking Garchomp due to you casting. So that was
Really?
that was the deal between all teams today.
Eagle, you're vigging it
Who
against
said
yourself.
this? Is this in the
This is in the
captain's
script.
update? Bruh,
Eagle, were you not
I'm
handed the script before stream?
I'm never handed the script. The script is specifically designed to screw me over.
Oh, without. Well, speaking of the script,
I need F's
seems
in
like
the
they're
chat.
seems like they're following it with the Wigglytuff pick. Gonna be very interesting. They really just want a really tanky team. Just gonna get as much value out of that Blissey. Maybe they're going for a protect the president. I would not be shocked if. Never
And then
mind. There's the
Greninja
Greninja.
pickup here.
Mm-hmm.
We do need that. We did need that Greninja there. This team definitely does need a little bit more damage, a little bit more range on it. And we're seeing the Aegislash pick up on the side of Jungle Griefers. I think Aegislash is an excellent pickup for Jungle Griefers.
That is a fantastic pick.
Aegislash boosted autos do have that percent health shred. So that is a devastating Mon looking at these all these tanky Mons on the side of Super Squirtle Squad.
Yep, Aegis Slash definitely the definitive take shredder of Unite, and they're gonna just and I cannot wait to just see them shred through that entire team. But, you know, maybe the Greninja, maybe the Wigglytuff is able to sort of knock him out a bit and get him away from him.
Yeah.
But who
One thing
knows?
I'm definitely surprised by in these games is this is the second time that we've seen a Wigglytuff pickup in these games today. Not a
That is
Mon that you
true.
typically see coming out of these draft formats. Definitely really interested in seeing how these Wigglytuffs play. I know last time that Wigglytuff showed up last game, the person was having some connectivity issues, so not a really good example on how
Yeah.
powerful or how impactful a Wigglytuff can be in this format. But I'm definitely interested to see on how Super Squirtle Squad how their Wigglytuff player performs.
Personally, if I was that Wigglytuff, I would be looking for a rollout build right now. You know, both Glaceon, Espeon, both of their passives, you know, they negate all the CC that's going to really hinder the Buzzwole, the Mamoswine. But if you're able to just get that Wiggly in first, get rid of that, they can do their job and win easily. And again, it can also disrupt Hoopa ult, or Hoopa Portal, like we were talking about.
Yeah, I'll be definitely interested to see what moveset that this Wigglytuff goes into. I really like the rollout build. I honestly think that the rollout build is probably a little bit better than the Sing build right now in the game.
Yeah.
But that could just be myself coping, or it might just be fags. I'm gonna.
So fun
I
fact
ahead.
again, rollout is now banned in all of gameplay for right now.
Oh my gosh! Get out of here!
Well, I do think rollout's always been better. It's just always been one of, if not the most difficult, just move to use in the game. I can't really think of a harder one. It's
E-Speed
very
Lucario.
E-Speed. No, it's not. I don't believe it. Have you ever
E-Speed
played E-Speed
Lucario.
Lucario?
I have
You play?
competitively. Yes, it is
Yes,
incredibly difficult.
I have too. You were on the team when I did. You play like 10 games with it, and you watch like one Lutano stream, and you're done. That's basically all the training you need.
I don't know, man. When that Wi-Fi hits different, though. Yeah, some of us are getting Wi-Fi diffed out here. Have you seen those Lucario Mira matches coming out back in the day? When the enemy Lucario would just go and steal your resets from you. I mean, it was a hard time being a Lucario player.
It was a hard time. But hey, we're
Coming
gonna
back-
go. Thanks.
Go
Eagle.
ahead.
I'm very interested to see what they're going for here. They got a, pretty standard builds all around. With the Buzzwole going Razor Claw. I didn't know that was a common thing for the Buzzwole to go Razor.
Yep. Buzzwole Razor Claw is a fairly typical moveset on it. Really being able, the extra slow and damage really help Buzzwole for locking down those
That makes
mons
sense.
and stopping them from being able to run outside of out of Buzzwole's like really short range moves.
Also,
Uh,
I just want
Go
to
ahead.
say, a bit of a triple potion meta right here. That's very fun to see. Potion's always a fun move to see.
Oh,
really
yeah.
competitive.
3
know-
potions on the side of Super Squirtle Squad. I'm definitely interested to see on how much value they get out of those potions. I mean, if there's any game to really bring those potions in, it is this game. You are looking at a Glaceon and an Espeon that are really doing that kind of single target burst damage. So having that, 30-second cooldown where you can just negate one of their abilities or one of their combos out with just immediately potioning it afterwards can really come in handy. We are seeing the supports coming into jungle at the start of this game. It looks like they are both opting to get their supports a little bit of extra farm. I'm assuming they're going to be giving red buff over to the Hoopa before Hoopa decides to go into lane. It looks like that is going to be the case, as Blissey is just going to follow around their jungler, making sure that Blissey will, or that Chansey will end up hitting Blissey.
Yeah.
We're having a very standard gameplay here. I am seeing that the Buzzwole is by itself in lane. Not something I'm particularly a fan of. I think Buzzwole definitely needs to have some sort of laner with it so it can reliably go out and grab those stacks that it desperately need and wants early game, because these evolved EVs are going to start bullying this Buzzwold over here in bot lane. Though we are seeing that 4-man rotation top did work out. That was 2 easy kills, leading into some caps, and then now they are all going to separate here. So I mean, all in all, I think it could have been a worthy trade, as long as we're seeing no Buzzwold kill, 2 kills in top lane instead of that. A little bit of EXP loss here. I think EXP wise, teams are fairly even here, except this is probably going to be a. Oh, does he get out? Is this going to be Mission Impossible?
He is going to get out. He is going
to get out.
It seems
that is super impressive.
I believe what they're trying to do, they're trying to get their Super Squirtle Squad, my apologies, they're trying to get their top lane in the Greninja a high level first. Just kind of, I don't know, I feel like I can trust the Buzzwold to sort of take care of themselves bot lane, because they didn't die, and that's what's important, they didn't die. So, they didn't, and now you see, they're getting their stacks and doing these mid-Bs.
8-minute cap here happening.
Yep.
8-minute Bs going on. We are seeing that this push here, they really need to go ahead and deal with this Glaceon dropping down damage. That is going to be a 4-man 4KO here as the Buzzwold does go in. They are chips, but they're not going to be enough, though. They do end up getting 1. Buzzwold's still on very low HP, was able to get out, however. I'm curious about here. There's going to be the Sing, and that's going to be the Espeon wiped out as well.
And there goes the Slowbro too.
Slowbro as well.
Oh,
good play.
He's trying to hang on. But all 5 of them are bot lane. Cooper trying to portal down bot, and it seems like Super Squirtle Squad's just going to push down, try and break that bot lane so they can easily secure this first Reggie.
Yep, and we are looking at a Greninja still with ulti here. Mamoswine is kind of playing the role of tanking this out here.
They're coming in. They got to get ready to secure.
They need to stop that.
Oh, Greninja
does secure. The Greninja ult does manage to get some kills. I thought that was going to be a really rough play.
Yeah,
it does work out on the side of Super Squirtle Squad. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm assuming you were about to talk about this, Lily, about how the Greninja ulti, I think it was either a, I believe it was just a flick. It was just one of those things where you just spam the ulti button and it just auto-targeted onto the enemy there. I don't think he was trying to ult the enemy team. I think he was trying to ult to secure the objective.
I don't think it was a flick. I think it was, hey, I'm gonna stun them with the bit of a jump it gives, so then my Wiggly or my other players can secure. I think he had trust in his team. I don't think it was a flick, and I don't think it was a miscalculation, because it did work out in the end, and if he didn't do that, they wouldn't have gotten all the extra kills. But
that is true. This is going to be a push coming in here. They dropping it down low. Only a 3 overcap. However, I would have liked to have wished that they took that a little bit more passively, maybe letting that Wigglytuff that had 40 points go ahead and get the cap here. And then we're going to have a second counter push here. That is going to be the Buzzwold down, and that's going to be a team wipe here on the side of Jungle Griefers, able to wipe out that top tower. And now both teams have lost both of their lanes, both of their T1s coming out of here. I think this is still a positive trade on the side of Super Squirtle Squad, however, because now that Hoopa can no longer take portals over to these T1 positions.
And I think that's a pretty good example as to why, you know, both teams and just teams in general don't really value Regieleki, because, you know, like, Super Squirtle Squad,
I am going to have to cut you off here early, because we are going to see this Hoopa gameplay coming out here as they push top lane, because they know they have Hoopa ults. They can push this top lane and have Hoopa immediately ulti them down bot lane, and you're seeing it happen right here, folks. The Hoopa does go down, but here comes the rest of the team as this Registeel is getting low here, but the Buzzwole is going down as well. That's Greninja going down, and that does go on the side to Aegislash.
Aegislash is able to secure that. Just amazing Hoopa ult, amazing coordination. You love to see it. What a fantastic fight there. It seems like Greninja's trying to just get the farm. I like the Slowbro trying to just take a bit of it. Say, I think it's gonna be mine. I think that'd be nice. Yeah. Take a bit of a eat from the wrong plate. I've heard people say.
Yep. This is going to be just the advantage that you have when you have a Hoopa. You're able to do plays like that, able to push a top T2 and just have Hoopa down bottom by themselves where they can just freely ult you down. It's one of the plays you can only make for a Hoopa, and I'm curious to see how Super Squirtle Squad will react to this, especially in Game 2, if they'll actually choose to either prioritize grabbing a Hoopa or banning it.
I would not be shocked to see the Hoopa ban next game after seeing, especially while they just saw the amount of advantage it can generate with just a simple push like that. I mean, that was like
that's going to be a Wigglytuff down there. I don't exactly know what Wigglytuff was doing all by itself, caught out a position, and we are seeing the Aegis/Rip top lane. Probably going to get that for free. Yep, and they're just going to let that side. That's just going to be a little bit of extra farm on the side of that Aegis/.
Yeah, it seems like both teams are just trying to get as much farm as they can before Ray. I wouldn't be shocked to see not really any more major team fights besides possibly this final Reggie. But it does seem like Super Squirtle Squad is just going to give it to Jungle Griefers.
Yep, yeah, and we are seeing Jungle Griefers getting set up down bot lane. That is going to be a level 14 Glaceon right here coming into this 2-minute mark as it slowly comes in. Possibly going to be right around 14.5. I don't think it's possible for Dispenza to get 15 before Ray, but this is going to be a powerful buff. It was, what is it? That was Reggie Ice, correct? So not the most important thing for them. That's not going to be the most impactful buff that they could have gotten come this Reggie fight, or this Ray fight. But I will be very interested in seeing how this all goes.
Yeah. It seems everyone has their ults except the Espeon. Maybe they're just about to tick into, and they just did tick into it. There you go. So we have all ults. Most people do have their secondary.
Here comes the fight now. Ammo going in. Ammo dropping down their ulti. They're at half health here.
Greninja going to ult and try and get a kill. They are not able to seem like they're able to get anything off of it.
Yeah, we are looking at Dispenza killing off the Greninja, killing off the Slowbro, and that's going to be a team wipe.
That is a team wipe.
Jungle Reapers are going to be securing that there. And
it does seem like that's going to be a win for Jungle Griefers, unless maybe... I was about to say unless maybe that Wigglytuff can, possibly defend, but didn't seem to work out too well.
We are going to see here, can they defend any of this? It doesn't look like they can. Espeon seems to be the last one inside of Jungle Griefers that has not capped their points. Looks like Espeon is going to opt to not go ahead and cap. Well, maybe.
They want that. They want that cap. They want that MVP secure.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of greed. Nope, they're opting to hide out in the bush. Actually, yeah, they are opting just to hide out in bushes, maybe try to deal some damage. Look at that kite coming away from the Espeon here as they're just dropping damage.
There's just nothing they can do. They have no range. I think that's what the biggest issue with Super Squirtle Squad's team was, that they just didn't have any range against that range-heavy comp.
Yep. We are seeing this here. That Espeon is finally going to go down after kiting the team all the way over to where their T1 was. Good job on the Espeon there for that kite. We have a possible final push coming out from Super Squirtle Squad, but honestly, I do not have a lot of faith that they can really do anything in this situation here. That's ultis coming out again from Jungle Griefers, and that's going to be another team wipe, it looks like, besides the Mamoswine.
Yep, it does seem like the Jungle Griefers are going to defend their goals, and they are going to win the first game of the second set. But, just like we said, we did see it go down to the Ray. That was a pretty close game, all in all.
Yep, it did come down to the Ray. I mean, before that Ray fight happened, we were looking at only a 1-level lead on one Mon. It was just Dispenza's level 14 versus Glaceon level 14. Versus Saucy on the Greninja that was level 13 at the time. And that was the only level differential coming into that fight. So honestly, really close fight. It was unfortunate how that Ray fight ended up turning out. What is going to be the one thing that you think Lily, that Super Squirtle Squad needs to do come this game too?
I definitely think personally, I don't think the tanky team is gonna work out much. They've shown that Vixel pick, they are very good at, and unless they ban the sword, not the sword, just help me out here. Not the
Are you talking
Hone
about?
Edge.
Yeah, you're talking about Aegislash?
Aegislash, yes. Unless they ban the Aegislash, I don't think a tanky team is going to work out for them very well. And like I said, I definitely think the biggest issue with Squirtle Squad's team was their lack of range, as opposed to pretty much every character on Reaper's team being a ranged character, being able to just poke them, and they could just do nothing about it.
Yep, and as if to prove your point here, looking over here at these damage charts here, you're seeing 120k on this Espeon. A definitely huge damage gain coming out of, I'm going to mispronounce your name, but Max Mads? Max Mads is how I'm going to choose to pronounce that. Mix Mads.
Sounds about right to me.
Yep.
It is Mix Mads.
Mixed Mads.
Mixed Mads.
But yeah, gotcha. You can even just all of the supporters, Lechonk with only 11,000 healing, it's not just a recovery so low with only 10,000. That wasn't a very damage heavy game, or at least not a very recovery heavy game, as when someone was damaged, is normally they were gonna die right then and there. There weren't very many prolonged fights. Seems.
Yep, but I think that goes to show just how powerful that Hoopa is that even when you're running a team comp such as Jungle Griefer's team, that honestly is not a very tanky team, such as, Super Squirtle Squad had the much tankier team comp, but you don't need, portals are not just about resetting the people on your team's positioning here. Jungle Griefers got a much better value out of those portals, just being able to do stuff like that T2 push in top lane comes second objective rotation, where they were able to just have the Hoopa down bottom by itself. All 4 people on Jungle Griefers went and pushed top, and then as soon as that objective spawned down bot lane, they just went ahead, Hoopa ults, and then they all come on down there and they get the objective as well.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Jungle Griefers are a team that fully understand the capacity of which Hoopa can shape a game, and they want to take advantage of it as much as they can. So who do you think?
Go ahead.
Who do you think is going to be banned in these next games? Or who do you think Super Squirtle Squad is going to want to maybe take out of the equation?
Yes, I am totally expecting a Hoopa ban. I think it would be crazy if Hoopa does not get banned by Super Squirtle Squad.
At least not first picked by them.
Yeah, if it's not first picked, it's going to be banned. I fully expect that to either get first picked or banned. Second thing I would see here is I assume that Super Squirtle Squad is going to ban that Dodrio. Again, Dodrio is a ban that I've seen come out of Super Squirtle Squad many times before. It seems like it is a pick that Super Squirtle Squad does not want to deal with, and I can personally understand. I hate going up against a Dodrio.
Yeah, it seems everyone has some personal grievances with the birds nowadays, and honestly, I entirely understand it. But yeah, I definitely do agree. We're gonna see most likely gonna see a Hoopa ban, another Dodrio ban, and I wouldn't be shocked to see maybe a Glaceon ban, though, or maybe it's a Glaceon ban, maybe a Espeon ban. Or maybe they're just going to go with the Urshifu ban again.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how this game comes out. I am going to still say I am surprised that neither team picked up the Dodrio. But we are going to be moving on to the picks and bans for this second game. Round 2, or game 2 of set 2.
And there's the Hoopa ban.
Jungle Griefers versus Super Squirtle Squad. And yep, you're seeing it right there. Immediately, Hoopa got banned, Clefable gets banned, Urshifu gets banned.
Yeah,
looking at the
trifecta of... So you go, my apologies.
I was gonna, it's fine. I was going to say we're looking at what is most likely, if my predictions are correct, we're going to be seeing a Dodrio ban coming out of Super Squirtle Squad here. That's definitely a pick that I believe that Super Squirtle Squad does not like going up against, and I would not be surprised if they decided to ban it here.
Yep. I was about to say, it seems like it's the same general, 7, 6, 7, 6, 8 mods that people just don't want to fight. Fable, Hoopa, Urshifu, Dodrio, Tyranitar.
Yep.
And that's
Yep.
personally, that's what I love about this. That's what I love about the United Coalition League, is that we have so many bands. You're able to, you're able to basically just you there's a you're able to create a meta that doesn't exist anywhere else in Unite, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
I totally agree. I love this three bands on each side. We have proven here that it works. I really wish UCS would take a page of our book and do this three band system, because man, when you do UCS, you really wish that you had those three bands.
You'd-
One of the things that I'm also really impressed by in how this meta has developed is how many supports end up getting banned. Almost every single time you're seeing at least two supports get banned during the first 4 sets of bans.
But you know what support? You know what support is never getting banned these days? Comfy. Still, it seems like teams haven't fully picked them up yet, or at least haven't fully incorporated them into their game plan. What do you think about that? Because I know your team has been messing around with it a bit.
Yep. My team has been messing around with it a bit. I think Comfey is an interesting pick. I've seen it banned a few times, but it's definitely a pick where you're not going to see it being picked up first, because it really showcases what your team comp is trying to lead up into. It's a really revealing pick, the
Mhm.
first pick. So it seems like a kind of pick that you're only going to see during second or third. And while we were talking, picks and bans have been proceeding on.
Yep.
I was correct in my prediction. We did see the Dodrio ban as they immediately pick up that Blissey again. It seemed to do decent for them last game. I'm curious about how it will do this game. I'm hoping for Egg Blissey this game instead of the Safeguard Helping Hand that we saw last game. I really would like to see some more healing on the side of Super Squirtle Squad.
That I definitely would agree with that. Though, again, they do got a Slowbo, and now they got a Blastoise. So who knows if they go for a more CC heavy comp? We might still see the Safeguard, but I do agree. I think they are going to be leaning towards a more egg, leaning more towards
Yep.
egg this game.
If I was Super Squirtle Squad right now, I am looking to grab maybe my an all rounder and a attacker. I'm looking for something that is not going to be a support or defender for
Honestly,
Super Squirtle Squad right now.
if I was Super Squirtle Squad, I would just take Tyranitar and run with it. You have the opportunity, you have the Blissey. They don't have Clefable, though they do have Slowpoke, which is a pretty good counter. But again, it's just we've all seen what T-Tar is able to do if you're able to get it, and I do believe that Super Squirtle Squad is able to take advantage of it. So who knows? Maybe we'll
Yes,
see a bit of it.
I'll be very interested to see what they pick up here. I think a T-Tar pickup would be great. I'm looking at if they want to go for, maybe they flip the tables on us and they decide to go for more of a poke ranged comp that they didn't go last game. I'd definitely be interested to see that. Let's see here. It looks like they might be selecting their Mon right now.
It does happen.
Uh,
Hey, maybe they'll go submission with Champ. Who knows?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do not need to see no more submission with champs.
And we're
We
going
are
to
going
see
to
the
see
Buzzwole again.
Buzzwole pick up. Buzzwole
That's
did an excellent
interesting.
job for them last game. I am not surprised that they pick it up again.
It was a very consistent Monasne, and they're going to go with their Mammoth Swine again. It seems they're going to have generally the same comp. Maybe they'll switch up the jungler. Maybe they'll give it a bit. Maybe they'll go all. Maybe they will switch up the jungle, or maybe they'll. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Cinderace. That's all I really got on that. I don't really know what's good in jungle currently. I don't play it.
Yes,
Um,
I'm looking here. It looks to me that Super Squirtle Squad says that we're happy with the Hoopa ban. We think that the only reason that we lost was because of the Hoopa, and now they're really looking to get a similar comp as to last time. I mean, they did look good on it, as we talked about before. when they went into the that Ray fight there, it was a very even matchup. The levels were very similar here, are there. And then we are going to see the Glaceon pick up on the side of Jungle Griefers, same spot
And
as last time with a
and
Gardevoir ban again. Again, another target ban on the side of Super Squirtle Squad. They really, Jungle Griefers really does not want to see uh, Super Squirtle Squad have that Gardevoir pick, which I mean, all I gotta say, I can't blame them for it. Super Squirtle Squad has looked great on the Gardevoir every single time that they played it.
yep, and especially now, God of War would definitely be very helpful right here. But instead, they're going to ban Super Squirtle Squad is going to ban Tyranitar instead of picking for themselves.
Yep.
Interesting.
Honestly, not a surprise for me. Super Squirtle Squad already has a support tank and all rounder. They really need to be looking for a form of backline attacker as well as a jungler here. So maybe just banning the T-Tar just because they just in case of the chances that Jungle Griefers might run it. But what I'm really looking for here is going to be something that can attack backline. I would love to see a Decidueye pickup on the side of Super Squirtle Squad. I would love something, even running the Greninja again, I don't think would be a bad option for them.
I definitely agree. With the comfy, a Decidueye pick would be a very good pick for Super Squirtle Squad. While comfy, they can dish out a lot of healing. It does take them a bit to heal a whole team. So picking them off with a bit of Decidueye arrows, that's gonna be really useful. Just doing big team fights and doing just little poking matches.
Yep. And I'm honestly surprised with the comfy pickup by Jungle Griefers. That's definitely a mon that I don't think Jungle Griefers have ever really tried to like prioritized in drafts. So I'm definitely curious to see what happens here. Oh, another look that I might say would be good on Super Squirtle Squad if they are going to continue going with these like, extremely tanky setups is I would love to see a Mime pick up on the side of Super Squirtle Squad. A power swap mime could be really good when attached to like a Buzzwole, being able to provide a little bit of extra healing as well as a little bit more damage.
I do agree with you. My apologies. I think my friend just joined the stream, and I was a bit enamored by that. Happy they showed up. But
Yes,
yeah,
thank you for the prime sub.
I do agree. It's so I'm interested to see what will they. I'm very interested to see what Jungle Griefers is going to pick for their last mod. Maybe I wouldn't be shocked to see maybe Lucario, maybe I don't know. A Zarina would be fun. We haven't seen one of those in a good while. When's the last time you saw a Zarina? Really, honestly.
A long while ago, and I do not want to see a Zarina ever since then. I think the only player that I know personally that still would play Zarina would have to be oh my gosh, their name just left my head. Miyoto.
Uh,
Miyoto would
uh,
be the only Zarina player I leave. I think Zarina is probably the lowest on the all-rounder tier list for me. I think it is the worst all-rounder in the game right now, even lower than Charizard.
I wouldn't say they're the lowest. I don't think there are any. I don't. I don't think there are any all-rounders that are strictly bad currently. Though I do agree, she definitely just she's a strange in between a Papucario and a water bear or a Machamp. She doesn't really have a
Yep.
good place right now.
Yep. Sorry to cut you off here,
Yep.
Lily, but we are
And we
seeing the
did see the
Decidueye
Decidueye.
pickup as well as a
It's a good.
Gengar grab
That
on the
is
side of
very
Super
fun to
Squad.
see.
That is a very
Oh,
interesting.
another
Oh, it did get
Venusaur.
changed. I'm curious about what is going on there. Maybe that was a misclick on the side
I'm
of
go-
Super Squirtle Squad. They didn't mean to grab the.
I'm gonna assume that was a misclick.
Yeah, I am gonna assume that's a
I will be
misclick, but
finding
we
that
are
out
gonna have to.
right now. Just hold on 1 second, as I'm going to be. They said that my bad. I'm meant to pick Vina. I am going to allow it this once, as it is their first time for them doing it. But future, obviously, this is first defense.
Yes, I
Yeah.
also say I believe that's a very reasonable thing to assume that
Mhm.
that was just a clear misclick.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. I don't know how you misclick Gengar and Venusaur. Those things are not very close to each other on that sheet. But I feel like that's a very logical conclusion. And we'll have to see if Jungle Griefers. I'm assuming that they will accept that. It looks like Jungle Griefers are going to switch their pick now, which they do have the right to, since that Mew pickup was something that was done under the assumption that Gengar was picked up previously.
Yep, I would be shocked if that was any attempt at cheating, since you got a Gengar, then you got Decidueye. Which one do you put in lane? But
Yeah,
very
which one do
good.
you put in lane? Which one do you go in jungle?
Yeah, very good.
I believe that was a misclick.
Yeah, very
of
good
it.
call by our league commissioner. They're handling it very well, and it does seem like they're going to stay with the Mew. It seems like.
Yes, it does appear that they're going with the Mew here. I'm just looking at the game or the team captain's chat right now as they are getting ready to get set into the game here. And right at the moment, it looks like this Mew pickup is going to be the final one. Looking at these team comps right now, Lily, which one do you think has the better chance of winning this game?
Personally, my bet is going to be on Super Squirtle Squad in terms of their general comp. You have the Mew and the Venus. It's definitely going to be a fight between the Decidueye and the Mew and Glaceon for who's going to be able to get some good picks off early or good poking. But again, Squirtle Squad does have a Blissey, while Jungle Reapers has a Comfy, and Blissey's a lot. And if they do go at boiled eggs, is it egg boiled? Boiled eggs?
Soft
The g-
boiled and egg bomb.
soft boiled. If they do go soft boiled, that's going to be a lot more consistent healing than the Comfy can provide. Meaning, I wouldn't be shocked if they do end up winning those poking wars.
Yes, one of the things I'm also gonna agree with you. Based on draft alone, Super Squirtle Squad seems like they almost have this in the bag. Buzzwole is an excellent counter to the Blastoise. Comfey does really the only thing that Comfey is going to be looking to attach to is that Blastoise, maybe the Slowbro. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just when you have the situations where a Buzzwole can just full blown counter the standard Rapid Spin Blastoise set, and especially since we know that Super Squirtle Squad ran an excellent Buzzwole last time, I'm definitely going to be curious to see on how Jungle Griefers is going to respond to that. And it looks like we are heading into the game right now. Looking at held items here, I want to shout out to
The Shell Bell Venusaur.
Yes, that was exactly what I was going to say. I'm looking at that Shell Bell Venusaur. I am
Seems it's
wanting
going to
that
be a Beam Boom.
Yeah, I'm wanting the Shell Bell Venusaur. I am seeing the Scarf there as well. I'm wanting that Shell Bell to get switched out for a Muscle Band, because I do believe this is still a Giga Drain Venusaur. I just think they're using the Shell Bell as extra healing for Giga Drain.
It could be, though. I don't know if they are going Shell Bell with Giga Drain, it wouldn't make sense that they're also going Potion instead of Full Heal. But I do think that's going to end up being a Beamsaur, or a Solar Beam Venusaur.
We are gonna have to. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that one, Lily. We'll have to find out in the game. I don't know. With my luck in this scripting that my league commissioner is doing.
Remember, I have
matches,
the script. He doesn't.
Yeah, might as well.
Lily does have the script, by the way.
But
we're going to see the Slowbro Mew.
Games. Yeah, we are seeing Slowbro, Mew, and Lane together. That is a very potent lane. Definitely looking like that's going to be strong. And it looks like we're actually seeing
That's a Venusaur jungle.
The Decidueye. Yeah, that's a Venusaur jungle and a Decidueye going into lane instead. Very interesting takes here. We are going to see a little bit of stacking on the side of the Buzzwole as he managed to get back. Very little health, but he does manage to get out okay. And in top lane, it looks like they are just slapping each other up in there.
Yep, Swinub is currently solo laning, just trying to... It does seem like they got a good amount of farm. They're definitely not falling behind. But it does seem Blissey and the junglers are going to come up. Junglers went to separate lanes. So let's hope that the...
Oswald goes down, and it looks like this is also going to be a down for the Rowlet here. That was a good call out from Jungle Griefers, understanding what lane of theirs is the stronger gank lane, and then proceeding to gank that lane harshly.
Yep, it does seem like Jungle Griefers are going to get a bit more of a advantage off their gank than Skull Squad is. That's a very hard lane to gank, a Comfy and a Squirtle. It just doesn't really die. And it does seem
it looks like they got
they're
big
going to get
beat
big.
as well. Yeah, they did end up getting the big Altaria there. That's going to be a win.
And
for
Dispenza is
Griefers
Jungle
there. That is a
Invade.
lot.
It
Yeah,
wasn't even
that's
known.
Dispenza Jungle Invade.
I forgot that it wasn't even his jungle.
Yeah. Looks like he was walking around in it like it was his jungle, so I can't blame you for being confused that it wasn't. But
see,
it looks like he walked in there, he takes it, and they're all, we're looking at a big collapse here on these bees.
And that is
we're looking at some ticks. Ooh, huge,
See,
big damage here.
I believe that's a Surf Blastoise right now. I think that's what I saw.
Yep, if it is a Surf Blastoise, I would not be surprised.
Oh no, it was the Mew. It was the Mew Surf. It was okay.
Yeah, you know, the better version of Surf. I cannot doubt you for that, for getting those confused. My only question is, why on earth does Mew get a shield without it being upgraded, while freaking Blastoise has to wait till it's level 13 before its Surf can get a shield attached to it?
I think it was actually the Slowpoke Surf, but we're gonna move on from that.
Yeah, a lot of Surfs.
Yep. We have 4 people on. We have 4 people from Squirtle Squad, 3 on bot. Team Squirtle is just, or now the Wartortle is just going to try and get their 9. Maybe try and just rip that top objective. I wouldn't be shocked to see it. They do have a Glaceon and a Mew for secure. That's a pretty good rip and a pretty good secure. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Yep, there's the Glaceon ulti there, just making sure they got that kill, and it looks like they are now going to just start shredding down the rest of these Super Squirtle Squad members as they proceed to just poke them down, really, in this bot lane as this Wartortle up in top lane evolves into a Blastoise and is just free farming all of top lane by itself. This is not looking good for Super Squirtle Squad.
Though, it doesn't seem like they're really able to break.
Oh, you cut out there a little bit, Lily. Oh, it looks like my my co-host is having a little bit of problems here. We are seeing the Blastoise slowly rotate down through jungle. What its levels? It's coming down at level 9. Gonna have ulti here, almost level 10, and this is gonna be a devastating thing. It is a rapid spin Blastoise. Is they going to not secure the objective? That's a good look on that Decidueye. We are going to continue on here with this push. This is going to be Dispenza's getting a little bit low, but he does pick up the kill, and that's going to be down.
It looks like Jungle Griefers is finally going to be able to just break that bot lane. I am back, correct?
Yes, you are now back.
Welcome back, me.
A 36 over. Welcome back, Lily. You were missed.
Thank you. It seems they're going to try and just get more pushes bot lane. Again, this is what
they are going to go ahead and get that T2 back cap off. It looks like they've just decided to not care at all about this Regieleki, and I can't blame them.
It goes back to what we were saying earlier. If you're Regieleki, all it does is get you caps. So if you're able to get them any other way, doesn't really matter. And now their base is fully open.
Yep, their bot lane base is completely gone now, and it looks like they'll even be able to defend this Regieleki push.
Regieleki is going to go in a fantastic Decidueye ult, getting him away from the back, not able to really just take him down. But
and they are there, and
they're going to break that with a 9 over cap.
Oh, 9 over cap.
Yep, that was a 9 over cap. And they're just going to go right back to it. Gonna punch him right back. With
they're going to have this additional push in
11
here,
over cap.
A lower 11 over cap on the side of Jungle Griefers. Yep. And this is looking like a huge advantage on the side of Jungle Griefers. I'm curious about how Super Squirtle Squad is going, to come back from this. This is looking like a one level lead on the side of everybody on Jungle Griefers. Oh, but that Mew gets picked up here. The Comfey was able to sustain it and heal it up. Blissey goes down. Buzzwole is chipped. Buzzwole's running away. Blastoise running after it. Buzzwole did pick it up and slam that. I was about to cuss. He was picked it up and slam that man back down. And then we still have this fight going on in bot lane. Huge arrow, but that's going to be a ulti from Slowbro. Venusaur coming in.
They really want that Mew.
Venusaur does have ulti, but it goes the opposite direction. Oh my gosh, they do pick up a kill. Yep, Venusaur does also die.
Mew is going to get out of there, and they were whipping it the entire time. I was just about to say before all that happened, if I was Team Squirtle, if I was Super Squirtle Squad, I was just gonna go for a fight bot lane. You have ults, they don't. You probably win that fight, but instead they got greedy, they got picked, and they could not get back together in time. And the objective is now gone, and now they have ults back.
Yep. I'm actually surprised by how much value this Comfey is getting being attached to something like the Mew. I'm incredibly impressed by this gameplay coming out of this Comfey, as well as mixed meds on Mew.
Yeah, this is some of the best Mew sniping I have ever seen, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't even know Mew could do so much damage. Look at that. Nearly just, all the farms just completely gone. I don't know if you saw earlier, but the Mew is actually able to just easily secure red buff from the enemy farm half the map away. Truly, this person knows what they're doing. It's incredibly impressive.
Off again. Oh my gosh. When Dispenza starts getting ahead on that Glaceon, that is a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
We are looking at the start of this Rayquaza fight, getting ready to come in here. That's gonna be a
and Mammoth is gonna get picked, and that's a 3 pick right at the Rayquaza mark.
Right there, and if I'm there it is. Yep, they are starting the rip here. This is exactly what I would have expected. The Mew does a little ulti, a little bit, a Solar Beam a little bit early. I don't know if they'll have it back up here for the secure, but it looks like it's not going to matter because the Slowbro and Blastoise just wiped out the remaining people in Super Squirtle Squad before they even got a chance. That's going to be the surrender. Good games coming from both sides. That was a very impressive late game on the side of Jungle Griefers.
Yep, it was definitely, they were well played games, but like you said, it's a good team. They just make a few mistakes, and it really does cost them the game, especially against a team like this who knows what they're doing, knows what their strengths are, knows how to take advantage of what they have.
Yes, one of the things that I'm going to want Super Squirtle Squad to maybe look into is definitely utilizing more of the healing aspect of Blissey. This was another game where they went for the helping hand safeguard, when I really think they would have benefited a lot from Eggs being able to tank a lot of this poke damage a little bit more, and not having to be so incredibly messed up by like a Mew Solar Beam just raining down upon them.
Yeah, I was really expecting that they were going to go, Eggs. Maybe it's just a personal preference of Lechonk, but we saw that happens. Didn't work out too well, and also you were correct. It was a Giga Drain Venusaur instant, which also just didn't work out too well with a heavy poke comp that we thought both teams were going for, but instead it seems like just Spencer and Mew are just able to just poke him from far, have Pixelvic just go in. Just tear him apart.
Yep, and looking at this damage chart, again, huge plays coming out of mixed meds. 82k damage, out-damaging Dispenza and everybody else on his team. Honestly, that's going to be my recommendation for Player of the Week here. Definitely excellent games coming out of this bot lane attacker on the side of Jungle Griefer.
I'd have to agree. It was some fantastic gameplay by everyone, just in general. It's just great picks by the Mew, great picks by... Also, I just want to say that Mew had fantastic, mixed meds. Mixed meds had fantastic use of their barrier, which I've seen a lot more Mews now really take advantage of nowadays, instead of it just being Like they're really using it to push the opponents. I don't know if you saw, but during that like large fight, right during second Veggie, the reason they lost that is because Mew was able to just force them all back into that small choke, and just everyone just able to hit on him, and they just couldn't handle it, and that's what happened. Though, if you didn't, in case anyone didn't see. So true. You go.
Yep. Is no wonder here. This is going to be the final game of the night. I believe we only had 2 sets scheduled for today, correct?
Yep.
League Commissioner?
Yes, we only had 2 matches for today, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up as quickly as possible as we can, as we're going to go ahead and go into Season 2 talk, and that will be right after this. I'm going to go ahead and end stream, but we will be back, and I don't know if the casters or whatnot are going to be joining us, but if they want to, they can go ahead and say their goodbyes, and thank you guys very much for hanging out.
All right, that's going to be it from me, guys. Again, my name is Animated Eagle. Follow me on any social media platform that you can find me on. And I love you all. I just saw that dab. I am not praising that.
I
Lily,
think.
Go ahead.
I don't have anything to follow. Go follow Eagle. He is a good friend of mine. And thank you for my good friend for coming. I don't know if you're still here. Love you, Sora. But that is going to be it for tonight from both of us, I assume, I guess. But do stick around for the Season 2 news. Very excited to hear some of that.
Yep, and don't forget, shell out time. Drop your Twitch Prime subs.
Yes.
Just go give us some biddies. You know,
Spend money on us.
Everything that you guys do to earn money on the stream will end up going towards the final prize pool for the season. So big